this damn thing. Throwing the balls up at these soldiers, screaming and bleeding from their nose. But when we start, this where we make them hit the flow. Ain't no game off in this thing. We be deep off in your party. Come on, get it started. And it would be the hardest. So if a come and run they matches like a punch a bit up in this throat and stop this shit to the flow.
Yeah, we nucky and bucky and ready to fight. I bet ya I'ma throw them things away the specific ones. See me, I ain't nothing nice. And climb up, it ain't no stopping. Becky like my that's who's ain't killer and that's Osama bin Laden. Like they said, popping and I am acting a fool. I wish I had a would get crunk up on this crime I crew. Now enough is enough, boy. I rub and get stuck, boy. Love is a must, boy. No, if you buck, boy.
Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you look, if you look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, look, if you buck, look, look, if you buck, boy. Jumping out. Knocking down a barricade. And then when we be too deep and MOB is still we Lawless, you'll be tallest, getting close to me. Buzzing constantly, rapping in your city street. Broken bones lay alone, scattered across the concrete. Nucking if you bucking, you'll be ducking if you get too close. In my eyes, you wasn't wise, I think it's time I knock you.
I come in the club, shaking my dreads, throwing these bowls and busting these heads. Irrelevant steps on my wrist, it's best if they go by, think you bullet. I been a diamond, committing no crime, not leaving a trace, not leaving a lie. We necking it, bucking, cause I got a up you away, cause you wasting my time. Stupid, I know what to do. I waste your, you my crew. I'm doing what you had, so what you do? You talking about me, then I'm talking to you. You bucking on us, so within your place, you busting on me, that shit don't get that. I'm cold in the ice and I'm freezing my head. I'm talking your city, but you cannot tell.
No, if you bought five, but you better come and quit. I got some shit up in my trunk that's gonna make your body flip. Hollow tip, busting out the real soon as I hit the door. Anybody make a fall, smooth their bodies on the floor. With no, ain't never been no lines, ain't never been no. Get it all them things, man. Crime on up in this. Brave records I represent. With them HB, you bout to get your wig split. Look, if you buck, boy. 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 Look, if you look, if you look, if you buck, boy. Look, if you buck, look, if you buck, look, if you buck, boy.
Breaking news, every city across America is feeling the effects of the recession. The American people are looking for a sign of change. From city to city, black and silver American flags are popping up as a symbol of that change. Record high gas prices, staggering unemployment rate, foreclosure, people can't
When they see me out in traffic, they say Jeezy or some mother. Send them player haters running straight back to the dealership. Me, I'm in my spaceship. That's right, I work for NASA. Just know that this is not a fraud. Call it my bodyguard. Call that thing a bodyguard. Yeah, that's my bodyguard. Wear a lot of jewelry. Don't do security. In the napkin, harder than a dinner plate. If you want it, come and get it. You know I stay super straight. Ran up in my spots and now I'm working out the super 8. Know you hungry. Come and get a super plate. Y'all sing happy birthday. Yeah, I got the super cake. 100 carat bracelet. I use it like some super bait. I put on for my city. On for my city. I put on for my city. On for my city. Put on east side. Put on south side. Put on west side. Put on. I put on for my city. On for my city. I put on for my city. On for my city. Put on east side. Put on south side. Put on west side. Put on. Let's go. Head back, top back, ain't nothing but a young thug. I need to join my own club. Big wheel, you know I like the super size. Passengers are red bone. Her weave look like some 25. Inside fish sticks, outside dark sauce. Pocket full of celery. Imagine what she telling me. No, I'm taking care of this. The friend I have, riding to the traffic down. The realest I ever broke. They know I keep a lot on me, so I keep a lot on me. Don't get caught without now. Coming from where I'm from, call me G's and Hamilton. Flying down Hamilton, so fresh, so clean. On my way to Charlotte. I put on for my city, on for my city. I put on for my city, on for my city. Put on east side, put on south side, put on west side, put on. I put on for my city, on for my city. I put on for my city, on for my city. Put on east side, put on south side, put on west side, put on. I feel like it's still that on me checks. I feel like it's still that on me. I feel like this, but don't know he's stressed. I lost the only girl in the world that know me best. I got the money and the fame, man.
All right. We in here. Hard pill to swallow. Special edition. I got special guests in here. Ty Rashad, makeup artist extraordinaire. Androgynous in the motherfucker. We got Tyrone Garnett. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a deep one. The reason this topic came up, because I was thinking about my gay uncle that raised me and a lot of my friends in my neighborhood. They used to protect us, and it kind of came to my mind about the fact that the respect between the gay men and straight men is a little lacking, and it's lacking for a couple of reasons. One would definitely be the guys that's playing both sides of the fence. The second part is the women that use the excuse to call men sassy anytime they say something they don't agree with or gay. They like to, well, the only people that are going to push the transsexuals tricking men into having sex with them is going to be straight. It's going to be women that sign on to that bullshit. Straight men and gay men won't sign on to that shit. We have through history, gay men and straight men have fought in wars together, built the world together. We just respected what we did in our private time as being private. Now, Ty, what you think about the effect on the respect between gay men and straight men?
I feel like you left one out, first of all. Go ahead and tug on the gays a little bit. I feel like the respect for a man saying and living as a straight man should be just that, along with the other two things that you mentioned. I think a lot of times I'm scrolling, or me and my girls are talking, or and I see, or I sometimes it's that loud. I see this little punk, and it's blatant disrespect to a straight man, and then as a result, we are all
lumped in.
We're looked at as one. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And so now, because Ken, we all right here. Can I get a ride home? I ain't gay, and that it's that type of situation or environment because of the standard that one gay boy said. So
Valerie said, "Hey."
So my girl, what's up, girl? Yeah, so I think that should be added to it, but everything else that you said is very valid. I think a woman's security is very important in the conversation that we're having today, and I think that in all three categories, knowledge and respect, knowledge is a big part of it that is lacked. There's a lot of ignorance with a lot of opinions. People are loud and wrong, and as a result, we go through a lot of the things that we go through. And straight men, most of them don't. Some of them don't disrespect. Some of them just back up. They refuse to engage and socialize, and
because they get tied in. Just to speak,
they get tied in from this from their association.
Tyrone? I agree 110%, because the sad harsh reality, you know what I'm saying, I do, and I'm sure you do too, I have genuine and straight male friends that I consider my brothers. You know what I'm saying, we've never thought about being in the bedroom, end up in the bedroom, but the sad harsh reality, they automatically, you know what I'm saying,
Oh God.
You never. What the shot glass we said?
Oh God.
I'm gonna drink to that, okay, y'all. I'm gonna drink to that. I believe the Fifth Amendment, but nevertheless,
The respect.
or whatever, that part, it's there. You know what I'm saying? The foundation has been laid.
You would never approach them.
That
Never
part,
do.
you know what I'm saying? Never. You know what I'm saying? No matter how fine they are, because I do have some fine homeboys. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying? I'm respectful. You know, some of them got wives. You know what I'm saying? I go to the house and chill with the wife, whatever.
Right.
But it's that respect. You know what I'm saying? Because we laid that foundation, so it's important. It's important to have those type of relationships.
Yeah, I feel like they're needed.
How do y'all feel specifically about the women that choose to call straight men that they know straight gay anytime they say something they don't like it's supposed to be an insult to be gay?
I'm gonna project that tonight. I'm gonna say toxic masculinity a lot. Toxic masculinity. So I'm projecting at the beginning of this podcast. Okay, but with that being said, I think that I feel like that it's very insecure of those women, and I also feel like it is contradicting because these are the same women that want a man to be a man, and they promote and push that level of masculinity. But being a man is oftentimes looked at as a stature and a build. And for me,
definitely ain't
one that wears wigs and makeup. A man is morals and its character, and it's decorum. You know what I'm saying? It's a leadership. It's guidance and protection, and it ain't always physical and to the physical aspect. And I think that I think it's for me with women. It's primarily contradicting and it's very insecure because the same woman that beats a man up for their vulnerability doesn't see the
how does it make you feel personally?
Like when I have
you have female friends and then you see them online and they calling a dude gay because he said something they didn't like or something like that. You be like, bitch, how am I insult to you or something? That's how I feel like how I see you project because I try to look at everything from both sides anytime people are talking.
So I got a friend on Facebook. Well, I got a friend in real life. Her name is Cashmere, and she recently been making these posts. She'll be like, as a man, why are you eating a hot dog? Right? But she's doing it jokingly.
But then once again, it be that fine line. What the fuck do a nigga eating a hot dog got to do with his sexual preference?
Right?
With his sexual preference.
Listen,
so that goes back to that stupid shit.
Right. So using that as an example. In that aspect, it don't bother me. But why I don't like it is because the world, while she's playing and we're laughing at who, you know, us real straight men and us that just understand, you know, real men that understand. Like I know that there's a man looking at that like, I ain't eating a hot dog.
It's a lot. You know, it's a lot of niggas. I've heard niggas say that.
So they eat his hot dog. Yeah.
Right.
Can't bite
with
this
trying to
regular.
hurry up and eat them like nigga. Just to have heartburn in the chest.
That
He eating it with a fork.
Typically, when I have to deal with it, I find myself really annoyed and like wishing I had. I wish I was a female for real, so I could check shit the way I'm known to. That's typically where it takes when I have to deal with it directly from a female because it's always very loud, it's always very aggressive, it's always very wrong when dealing
they do
with
that
a female. And it's harder to.
And they automatically go to the punk. That punk trying to bitch what? I can't speak.
When it's me dealing with the female, it's very annoying, but it's also very. Like for lack of better words, like emotional or like hard to watch when I watch a woman attempt to demasculize a man for things that a real man needs to have, like emotional stability and vulnerability, like effective communication. And sometimes it's about deep and personal things, and a woman beats them up for it. It's hard to watch it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
Speaking of which, how do you feel about the trans men competing with girls in sports? Yeah, I think that should be.
I don't agree with that. I really don't. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because okay, y'all. Well, mind you, because let me say this.
I know you whoop niggas, so I know you know.
I do, but nevertheless, you know what I'm saying. Let me say this or whatever. You know, at the end of the day, you are who you are. You know, be who you want to be, and I don't take nothing away from nobody. You know what I'm saying? I love my sister. Because I love the authenticness. I love the genuineness. But nevertheless, let me say this. Me personally, Ty's a little bit younger than me. You know what I'm saying? I just turned 40. So I grew up in a time when gay wasn't popular.
Mhm.
Now it has become a trend. You know what I'm saying? And then all these stigmas and labels. You know what I'm saying? In my day, either your ass was gay, straight, or bisexual. That was it. Now it's okay. Well, he
non-binary.
you know what I'm saying? He wants to be called.
Hold on, pause. Because he just said non-binary. Now today, your sexuality is dependent on your identity.
Is a 9 million different things.
Now I'm gay because I wear a wig.
Exactly.
And I fuck you hoes. And that just it blows my mind. Like identity and sexuality is not the same thing
at all.
And y'all, a lot of people speak from a level of ignorance.
Yes.
You know, stupidity,
Yes.
knowing what you're doing and doing it. I'm gonna punch him with this big ass arm in his apartment at his home, and now you know what I'm saying. That's stupid.
And I'm not.
But a lot of you people,
I don't expect him to hit me back.
Yeah, right. A lot of you people come from ignorance, and you speak on. Oh, girl, he got them pink shoes on. He gay, like, or you know, like.
But when did color become gay?
When did identity become your sexuality?
Speaking of pink,
when did your identity become your sexuality? When did it stop being about what you laid with? Not, and mind you, I'm being very specific.
Come on, Tom.
Not what you're not. Damn, she got a big booty. Oh my God, that's Ty. When did that make a man gay?
Well, y'all know I am the coldest walking bitch in San Antonio.
Okay, literal walk.
You know what I'm saying? I do got that cold walk. So I've had straight men tell me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm a whole straight man, Tyrone, but you are very secure with your body. They be like, and you are very, and I mean, it's what's the proper word? Oh Lord, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It's a nice feeling, you know what I'm saying, to be acknowledged, you know what I'm saying? But I don't take nothing away from him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Just because he said I was sexy or I got a bad bitch.
Because he ain't in our ass. It ain't gay.
It's not.
I hate that.
It's
I'm sorry.
not.
I changed the topic.
And they feel like
y'all switched that whole motherfucker all the way around. You see, I got quiet.
We was talking about the transgender.
Well, like I said, this label shit is new to me. It's still very new to me.
So that's why you don't agree with it.
Not so much I don't agree with it. It's just, it's new to me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, you know what I'm saying? You are androgynous. So you don't, I think you're both. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying, like, you don't get offended if somebody be like, hey, boy, how you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You're not going to have a whole conniption fit because, ooh, they didn't call me her.
But
you know what I'm saying?
If a man come up to me and yeah, little boy, oh yeah, let me show you a boy. Yeah, that too. It's all about the approach. But yeah, I wouldn't do the trans.
I've been in prison. I've seen some get whooped by some. That's the last ass whooping a straight man could take.
Yeah.
That part.
How you gonna explain that?
You can't. For real. You got whip out. Well, I don't prefer that term either. But you got whip out punk.
Yeah.
The fuck.
Yeah. I you know, and then we be in the hood spots. My worst fear is a real hood nigga trying me, and I have to whoop him. I know I'm gone.
Yeah, please, yeah. He gonna get the switch.
Well, I had niggas do that. Like, prime example, I'm in the club, you know what I'm saying, this weekend. No, funny story, y'all. I'm in the club, and the nigga trying to holler at me. Now, mind you, because
you talking about your post?
Or what?
I said that
bitch. Okay.
Right.
Wait a minute, because it be funny to me. Okay, so mind you, I'm minding my business. Now, mind you, because for the most part, bitch, I can buy my own motherfucking drink. I don't need you to buy me a drink. But if you choose to buy me a drink, cool. So the nigga gonna say, buy me a drink. I said, what the fuck I look like? I said, I'm a whole lady in these streets. I said, I'm a lady boy. I said, but nigga, who? I said, what lady buys a nigga a drink? So he wanted to have a whole fucking debate.
This the one that
no, that's my brother.
Oh, okay.
Well, he ain't even my brother. That's another story for another day. And I don't do drama, y'all. FYI, I really don't, or whatever. But if you start it, I will finish it. But I stay in my own lane, and that'd be the funny part too. When these so-called straight niggas come for a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Because for the most part, we stay in our lane and we mind our business.
Do you say so-called straight niggas at that point because the actions is not matching the?
It's not.
Yeah,
it's not. Because it be too much. Prime example.
They have.
Let me ask you this.
They might.
I don't feel unless it's on some straight business. I don't feel like a straight man should dial my number after 10 o'clock. Bitch, what you calling me for? Bitch,
Hey.
what you calling me for at 3:00 in the morning? Talking about what you doing? Oh, I was bored. I just decided to hit your inbox. What you mean?
Right. I agree with that. And don't get
I'm
mad
gonna tell you this
as
as a straight man. That nigga gay.
Exactly.
So wait a minute. Straight man's perspective.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up.
Huh?
No,
If y'all don't know, Ken
see
can
what?
cook this gumbo good. I'm not gonna finish it.
With
Transgenders playing sports? Hell
like
no.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Okay.
Hell no. I mean, it's the thing. It comes down to the biology of it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what you do, you can't cut that Y chromosome off your ass.
You cannot.
So you're gonna be
cannot.
stronger than somebody your
Yeah.
same size, no matter what they do.
Agreed.
Well, that's just
On
like the
serious
fighting. If they get into a fight with a bitch,
I
bitch, you
cannot-
just to whoop this whole ass. Because at the end of the day, you want.
Yeah, my worst fear is punching a bitch and breaking her jaw. Now I got a case. Like I agree.
Definitely will have a case.
Yeah,
They definitely
right.
gonna try you as a man.
Right. And for me, it's just like that's when it becomes forcing. We're forcing now people to accept the way of the world today. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they're not even accepting the way the world is. Because if you ever think about it, you don't see trans men trying to get to the NBA.
No, you don't.
You don't see,
men, women to men.
yeah. You don't see
You've seen. To be honest with you,
I've
I've seen it more in tennis.
You don't see them trying to go to the male prison when
I
they
saw
get pulled over by
one-
cops.
I saw one in tennis.
Am I lying here?
No, I saw one in tennis, and then I know I saw one trying to do the
In tennis, but in
and the
tennis,
female boxing.
in tennis, in tennis,
Yeah.
in tennis, and she's probably if she was playing in the men's league, she's probably
Yeah.
last on the goddamn
Or whatever.
ranking.
And matter of fact, that's when it really became an issue because it was on the boxing circuit, and that trans woman or whatever whooped that real woman ass. Like,
Broke her eye
yeah,
socket.
but yeah,
For real?
yes,
Mhm.
yes. And so that's when it really started to kind of, and then like I said in the tennis, because I started hearing about it with the tennis, and they was like, oh no, because matter of fact,
Look at
the
me
trend-
breathing hard.
the trans won in the tennis on the tennis scale too. But on the fight scale, yeah, like you said, fuck that girl, I sock it up.
Man.
You know.
Wow.
So I don't agree. I don't think. I mean, and like I said, you want to still live your life, and I think they are entitled to live their life. But going back to matter of fact, prime example, the bathroom. I don't feel like, and I know I might lose some of y'all or whatever. I'm sorry. I do feel like trans need their own bathroom because come on.
That's the fix. Let me take. What was you finna say real quick? What was you finna say?
Shit, I don't even remember.
Listen, let me tell you what just happened to me coming from Vegas. I go into the restroom. I got on a Victoria's Secret. I'm flying. We're at the airport. Me and my sister. I got on a Victoria's Secret short and the long sleeve, the long
Fabulous,
the
bitch.
shirt, the pajama
Fabulous.
set. I got
Fabulous.
on fuzzy bear house shoes,
I hate
right?
you.
A headband in my wig, right? So I go. We get to TSA. We pass through. I go to the restroom. The maintenance man. I'm going in the men's restroom. The maintenance man is 10, 15 steps behind me. I close the door to the stall. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, I'm like,
Right.
I'm gonna whoop something up.
What is going on?
And I'm
Right.
like, ma'am, you cannot be in here. You cannot be in here. You cannot be in here. So immediately I'm like, I'm finna, and so I know how I get. So I'm like,
Yes.
let me just
Try to
First
keep
of
it
all,
calm, right?
yes.
Because I am a
I
pretty
peed.
bitch. Thank
I
you.
peed, I took, I got myself together. And I walked.
And switched your ass out the
They
bathroom.
still- I opened that stall. Woo. He was like, man.
Exactly. How you doing?
And I just looked at him in the face and looked him up and
Good
down.
morning.
But to be honest, if they had like a gender neutral bathroom,
Yes.
or the like the family style without just one restroom where I
Well,
would
because
have to
let's be
wait,
real.
I would
We've,
use it. I would use it to keep the confusion down. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
not even trying to look. We've been in the bathroom and we done seen somebody PD or whatever the motherfucking situation is. So could you imagine being a child and you walking in the motherfucking bathroom and a bitch is fully dressed as a woman and bitch you pull
I
out
would
the-
not be at the urinal.
I'm just saying there are motherfuckers at the urinal. No, let's keep it gangster, keep it real. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's
have
why.
never used the urinal in the men's. I use
Yo,
the men's
tell me
restroom.
with this.
I use the men's restroom 98% of the time. Now, if grooves were still open, I ain't going in grooves me in restroom if I'm dressed up because I just don't want that. I don't want to leave with my wig off, my nails broke, and all of that. I'm gonna whoop something, but I ain't trying to go through all
They
that.
might try to get you in the bathroom, friend.
You
Well,
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But 98% of the time I do use a men's restroom. I have never been in a skirt standing up in my heels at the urinal, cock deuce spread apart. Man, but I'm
crazy. Saying there are motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, that do that. Let's just
you want to be addressed as a woman. Okay, one more thing, and I'm gonna let you go back to you. You got a mustache. You bulging from the waist.
Oh, child.
And I say yes, sir, and you gonna say I identify as a woman?
I remember you made a post about that.
Because the man pissed me off at the
restaurant. Because I was low key offended for you and upset because, like you said, clearly, bitch, I have a
You need to shave, Mr. Sir. Mrs. And I do this. So I'm like, who hurt you? That got y'all so
But sensitive. Look, y'all, sorry, this is my baby, y'all. Y'all don't even understand. My baby said, you the one who got me comfortable wearing my wig in church. I said, girl, because we put our pants on the same way them hoes do. Yeah. Bitch.
True. Okay, I'm dead.
Yes, we're back. Continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that one left quickly. Tell us about your little story with
Lord Jesus. Okay, y'all. So I know we was talking about that. The respectful. And you know what? I don't even, because at the end of the day, that's your man. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody gonna be like, oh, you trifling Tyrone. But then, because people be killing me too when they be talking about, oh, you breaking up a happy home. Well, clearly it ain't happy, bitch.
And sometimes it be an apartment. It don't be a home. Now, I ain't never
that baby, the efficiency, bitch.
Train wreck through a couple of.
But no, nevertheless, so I get a text message last week, y'all.
Oh, yeah.
I get one of them good old text messages, but the bitch gonna text me from the nigga phone and was like, who is this? So y'all know I'm ignorant. So I was like, ma'am, who is this? She was like, this is girlfriend. I said, oh, his girlfriend. Oh, okay, that's what's up. Hey, girl.
Oh, he had a girlfriend?
I did. Well, I thought it was the baby mama.
Did you ever identify that you?
You know what? It was funny. My friend kept saying this. She was like, bitch, tell that hoe you a nigga. I said, nah, because I don't want to break that hoe heart. I'm going to let that hoe think what the fuck ever she want to think.
She went looking for it. She went looking for it. You supposed to get it.
Baby, wait a minute. So let me finish the story. So the motherfucking bitch was like, so you the bitch in the apartment. So mind you, niggas, let me clarify that too. If you choose to be discreet, boo-boo, keep that shit in line, because, baby, if them hoes text my phone, they gonna get their feelings hurt. But nevertheless, so the bitch was like, you the raggedy bitch in the apartments. I said, no, I'm not the bitch in the apartment or whatever. So she was like, oh, you're just a raggedy bitch then. I said, yeah, I'm a raggedy bitch or whatever. So then I said, well, you know what? I said, clearly, I'm not gonna stop fucking with him. I said, and clearly, he not gonna stop fucking with me. I said, so how about this? I was on my sister shit, y'all. I said, bitch, you could have a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I said, bitch, I'll take them Tuesday and Thursday and keep them satisfied on the weekend. That bitch talking about, fuck you, hoe, fuck you, gotcha, bitch. So literally, like about an hour later, the nigga gonna text talking about, don't keep arguing back and forth with that bitch. I'ma holler at you later. Nigga, and y'all think he didn't holler at a bitch? This nigga still in my motherfucking phone. So what's good? Bitch, I ain't going nowhere. Fuck you and how you feel, hoe.
So I'm gonna ask you what I asked you. I know we started talking about it before, but same question, like, how do you balance that? Like,
it's a thin line, because going back to what we were talking about before we hopped on here, like I said, it's a thin line, because a bitch like me, you know what I'm saying? I guess you could say, and I ain't even gonna say the American dream, because the American dream, when they wrote the Declaration of the Independence, they didn't have gay people in mind. But nevertheless, the pursuit of happiness, you know what I'm saying? I want to be happy. I deserve to be happy.
Think gay people were eliminated. They were just considered men and women.
They didn't think about us. You know what I'm saying? In that because prime example, matter of fact, let me fast forward and kind of rewind just a little bit, because my whole thing, even with the gay marriage, I could never understood why we didn't have the right to that tree, why we don't deserve to be happy. So because prime, and matter of fact, I'm gonna tell you when it came into play. It came into play when the Caucasians had been with their lovers for 20, 30 years. And they were dying and they were dying and they weren't getting anything. You know what I'm saying? So that's when it came. It was not until the white people was losing their mates and they ass weren't getting no benefits and they had been with this man or this woman for 20, 30 fucking plus years and didn't get shit. So that's when it came into play and they was like, okay, well, these people do deserve to go ahead and get married. Why don't? Why don't? So I said all that to say this. So yes, me personally, I want to be married and all that, you know what I'm saying? And it goes, you know, a lot because I had a nigga that I was with for 21 years, you know what I'm saying? And he was on the DL and it was crazy. So when he died, bitch, but if you knew, you knew. So his uncle and the cousin knew because the cousin was dropping him off and had confided in the daddy. But when he died, everybody was like, bitch, you don't think they gonna feel some type of way about you at the funeral? And da-da-da-da. I said, why? He's dead. I said, whatever the fuck we had is none and void. I said, it's none and void. I said, but 21 years, yeah, I'm that bitch. And y'all know I walked up in that bitch, G'd the fuck up from head to toe.
21 years, I will be at the funeral too. I might have been in the back.
Oh, nigga. Nigga, I said front row, bitch, with my legs crossed like I was the first lady, bitch. The fuck.
What more do you want from me?
I don't know. Shit, what do you want?
Damn.
What do you want from me?
I asked that question because, and then gonna just go ahead and you know reiterate. Like I definitely after you responded to me before the live, I said I need to find balance because every DL man that we identify as DL is not DL, and I do deal with low key men. You know, I deal with low key men because the personal side of it is something that was very hard for me to face. And that was my family. My dad is a pastor. My mother is a first lady. And me dealing with that, I had to choose to rebel and go without and choose the trend. I have lived with bed bugs, rats, and roaches when my parents had a beautiful home for me to live in. And I was welcome to live the life that I wanted to live. And I can understand just that reason alone. Just that reason alone, a man not or a person not wanting to do anything that would jeopardize their, you know, their upbringing, stability, their consistency, you know what I'm saying, and just require them to be fully independent. I took that, but I don't think that's anyone is a less of a person or a man being a less of a man.
Well, people don't understand that either. You know, us living this alternative lifestyle is just hard because, you know what I'm saying, like you said, I never went through that because long story short, my mother has 3 children. And my mother only has 1 straight child. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so my oldest sister is gay. So by the time I jumped out there, she did, but crazy thing, it was really crazy because you would have thought she would have been okay. But I guess because I was her only son, she felt some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And it didn't fire and go off until Christmas. Like I came from Houston. I was in Houston at TSU and I had lost like a whole bunch of weight. Like I was just stressed, living life or whatever. Look, taking them goddamn pills. But anywho, bitch, geeked up. But nevertheless, I had lost all this fucking weight. And so I had came home and I never forget. Going back to the tennis or whatever, I had this polo shirt. Venus and Serena had came out with their little polo shirts. And I had my little polo shirt on and my little skinny jeans. And bitch, I thought I was doing some child. We was going to my grandma's house. And my mother cussed me smooth, clean the fuck out and was like, what the fuck are you going through? And so we got into it. And I was like, your daughter dresses like a whole boy. And you're mad at me? Like, the fuck is going on? So I had to like literally like differentiate that. And I was like, okay, well, maybe it's because I'm her only son. Because she had another daughter. You know what I'm saying? But she didn't have another son. You know what I'm saying? So
your conversation still made me say like, I mean, I'm gonna stand on what I stand on. I can't deal with a DL man because I went through too much. That's where I was going. I went through too much.
Playing both sides
to be
of the fence.
who I was. And it ain't really about them. It's
what
really,
I mean, that's what
it is.
They play both sides of the fence.
That's the result of the action.
Trying to be in a relationship with a woman for the looks.
Yeah, even if their intent is pure, like, hey man, my mama's 70. I don't want my mama to go and we ain't got no relationship because of my lifestyle. That's cool. That's I love that for you. But the result of the action is just what you said. That's what they're doing, regardless. And so I told you earlier, I need to find balance because of what you were telling me, everything that you just explained. But with a DL man, what I can't deal with is being second when I went through so much to put myself first. I can't deal with you having a wife at home and I'm second and I put myself first and lost the luxuries of life. I do not have a coming out of the got it out the mud story. I lived a good childhood, and I let all of that go and built for myself to be who I wanted to be and be myself. So for me, can I deal with a man who chooses to hold his own weight and be single and not bear children, or just be a good baby father and not, pursue a relationship with a woman and do his thing on the low? Yes,
but see, I feel like it go hand in hand because once again, I'm older than you, and then too, it's crazy because I was talking to a friend of mine and she made a good point. She was like, Tyrone, because like I said, I want to be married, all that extra shit. And so we were talking, and she was like, but you got to understand, Tyrone, look at the type of niggas you like. I like thugs. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, y'all. That's my problem. I love these thug ass niggas.
Do the black.
I love
Don't
them.
cancel me.
Bitch, because when you told me, but nevertheless, but no, so that be my whole thing. So my friend was like, bitch, you not ever gonna have that. She was like, because look at the type of niggas that you like. And I was
don't get that.
I was like, good point. I was like, a very, very valid point. You know what I'm saying? Because the sad, harsh reality, ever since I jumped off the porch, I've never talked to an openly gay man.
Yeah,
I've always fucked with
Really?
Exactly. So that be that thing. Everybody be like, damn, they like, bitch, I only fuck with DL niggas. You know what I'm saying?
I deal with the punks.
No.
I like them with
you know what I'm saying? No. I like thug ass hood niggas, you know what I'm saying, with a hood vernacular, whatever.
I like that too.
You know what I'm saying?
That's fun though.
Shit, very much, and I think that's where I'm at. But as I'm getting older, because that's when the loneliness.
You better get you one of these.
That's when the loneliness kick in, and it be like, okay, bitch, well, maybe you need to skim back a little bit. Like you said, find that balance.
Yeah.
Find that balance.
Yeah, I need a little more. You need a little more of me. I need a little more of you. We need to have therapy together.
Because, baby.
That's funny.
Yo, killing me with this. Now,
so hold on, because I got a question for you. So, as a straight man, do you? What is your take? Do you be feeling offended when a bitch be like, "Oh, you fruity," or "You fuck with punks because you kick with us," or like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, because you openly can shit with us. It's the only man that's ever tinted him out with those. I ain't never had a system from nobody else. I ain't never.
I told you, I had a gay uncle that protected us and told us a whole bunch of stuff as far as the life and how most gay men are molested.
And where is he? He's not
turns him up. Yeah,
okay.
He did. But so he basically just educated us. And it's not until probably 35, 36 years before I actually was able to look back and see the signs that that's what he was doing. You know what I'm saying? When you growing up, you just, Uncle always making sure we ain't never at no weird nigga's house and all type of shit like that, making sure we ain't doing this and that and the third.
And let me say this, because I don't have no fucking gay agenda. Because people kill me when they say, so how do you feel about that? Because I know it actually offends the fuck out of me when people be like,
somebody out.
Right.
Man, first of all, you can't turn nobody out.
You can't turn nobody. You cannot turn them out. And this is what he also used to always tell me, like, look, we know who is and who ain't.
Can I tell you why I know you can't turn nobody out? I've had over 3 or 4 men. I've had a security guard at the club I worked at. I've had a close friend, straight friend, and 1 or 2 other people. My daddy homeboy, but 1 or 2 other people, men have drew that line.
Bitch, shout out to your daddy with his fine ass.
Oh my God!
Shout out to daddy.
Oh my God!
Respectfully. No, because he's another one. When I see him, he always show love. He's a very respectful gentleman.
With that being said, my daddy, he's a major impact on what I'm finna say as well. Those men have drew that line. They have, in a nutshell, generally making it all the same. Hey, you can't come over to the house after the pool because we've been drinking and you got an ass. And I ain't never looked at no dude ass and I don't want to go there. Like, I don't want to do nothing. Hey. I don't want to do nothing I ain't never thought about doing under the influence.
I got
that's real shit. Now, it may be weird.
No, that's real.
But that's real.
That's real.
You can't turn on, man. You can make a
serious theory here.
Okay.
I got a serious theory here. Because, if you notice, like, from my generation to this generation, the gay population has exponentially exploded.
Most definitely.
Well,
Like I said, it's become a trend. It's become a trend.
But not just trend. You also got to think about when you smoking weed and stuff like that, you getting high and y'all chilling playing video games, and these little boys is wearing their pants below their booty cheeks, and they walking back and forth in front of each other, passing the controllers and stuff like that, and they mess around and get an erection, and then they confused.
Bro,
yeah, you know what I'm saying.
It's happening.
I'm thinking that the drugs also help. You know what I'm saying.
It brings out the. I guess you could say it brings out the freakiness. It brings out the
curiosity and stuff like that.
But also, you gotta be.
That's just like when it comes to.
But then it goes back to you being secure in your manhood.
But it's also like
you gotta be raised.
But it's also like when I go get a massage, ain't no man gonna touch me. You're not gonna touch me in no sensual way.
I don't want no woman touching me like that.
I hate this bitch. I want whoever the fuck giving a good massage. Goddamn it! I don't give a fuck.
But I am a straight man. I'm a straight man. It's only supposed to go one way. I'm not supposed to put myself in a position.
Y'all know Ken freaky ass trying to get a happy ending.
Listen.
Because matter of fact, I saw your post. Ken's talking about I need a happy ending.
What's my favorite word?
I plead the fifth.
Listen, there's enough correlating this with that. You gotta be raised.
Ooh, you have to be raised. You
gotta
raise
taught. These kids.
Mm-hmm. I remember when you tried to go back. You know what I'm saying? And we used to have a conversation. And I'd be like, I'm trying to support your journey
all the way.
Yeah,
right?
I was trying to support your journey, but at the same time, I ain't gonna lie. In the back of my mind, I'm like, it ain't no way.
Yeah. Well, no, it goes back.
Once the gateway has been open, like once you've done certain things,
I could make the self-conscious decision not to act on it,
not do it, but
it goes back to what you just said, because me also being raised, and that's that fine thin line too.
About being raised
in the church. We was raised in the church.
No, we're not just talking about church.
But I'm just saying,
the church bypasses even teaching you the things.
But it be that thin ass line, because I know for me, I went through that for a long time. God still gonna love me? What? Well, is the church gonna judge me? How? And then I was raised by my grandmother. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it is because you sit back and you look at, okay, well, am I gonna live my life?
Yeah.
Or am I go? You know what I'm saying? Live to God's standards. You know what I'm saying?
And be lust in here. So this is what I was gonna. That's true. But when I said being raised, what I meant was no one. Those people that go through that. The example about the sagging and the erection under the influence. The reason I said being raised as a response to that is because if you know,
teach them to not put themselves in those positions.
Yes, if you are educated on how to protect your innocence and your well-being and your normalcy, then you will know how to navigate in life in general.
And that same teaching also goes for girls.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
You can take it out of sex.
With fathers,
if you normalize the mind.
When daddy is not there to say, hey, look, this is how you need to vet a man. This is how you need to be picking them. This is how you need to be doing this.
Well, and
don't do like your mom and give out your woman. Don't do these certain things. And then once we let them get so far, it's easy to just fall all the way off the
breaking
cliff.
the generational curses.
Right.
Breaking the generational curses. Your mama was a hoe, so you saw her bring 101 men in.
You got 80% chance.
Exactly.
Stop sweeping under the rug and use that as an opportunity to educate to prevent instead of trying to protect to prevent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is why. What I was really going with that is why when you watch a murderer, First 48, and the murderer thing. And you're like, damn, I wonder what made him kill them people like that. Do I want to be a murderer now? Y'all don't do that. But you see Ty walking by in a thong, and it's like, dang, how the fuck a boy get a booty that big? And you done took the general statement. It wasn't nothing sexual.
Yo, killing me with this.
It's nothing sexual. And you done said, wait a minute. I noticed his butt. And am I gay?
Well, it's just like
that's
it's just
crazy.
like me having a sexy walk. I've seen. Matter of fact, I've had niggas. It's
sexy.
I have had
no,
niggas. Thank you. It is. I've had niggas with their bitches. Like be like.
Did you see that baby oil in the restroom?
Girl, I'm not fucking with y'all today. But no, you know what I'm saying? I've had niggas stop and be like, "Oh, you need to walk like him," and I be sitting there like. Like you're not offended. Like he's telling you need to walk like the nigga, bitch.
Well, see, this is the thing. Everything, a lot of the things that make women, and make men are things that have to be taught to each other.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? The way a woman walks, the way a woman stands, the way she tends to.
And I don't have no problem teaching you hoes. I don't have no problem teaching you hoes.
It's not all natural.
I don't, because you know what? Matter of fact, let me say this, because I used to model. Matter of fact, look, I'm telling my age. I used to model for Montgomery Wards and all that. But nevertheless, yes, if you find some Montgomery Wards catalogs and you see my black ass in there, that's me.
Well, I ain't seen the Montgomery Wards in 30 years.
But nevertheless, so I've been walking like this since I was in the 6th grade or whatever, like you said. But it's very, I don't know. And it's funny because I have people that say that too. Oh, that bitch walking like that because he wants some attention. No, bitch, I am the attention. I am the attention.
I ain't gonna lie. When I met your ass and you was walking with that big booty short mom, and I said, I walk up, I said, say, this your girlfriend? I'm like, yeah, I don't want nothing to do with this.
Talking about this your woman. I said, and I think I told him, I said, I'm really a whole gay man in these streets. Like, stop playing with me, sir.
I said, all right, well, shit, what's your name?
But I got you. I'm gonna put you in this pussy. I'm gonna hook you up. I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Can you hit that button right there?
Yo, killing me with this.
What's the comment? No, because I get that a lot. Too. I'm sure it's but once again, going back to the deal.
That's game.
If you niggas would
walk up to the gay friend, be like, hey, is this your girlfriend? What?
If you niggas would say that you like dick and pussy, you would get a whole lot more.
You would. I do it.
Because
no, I get a lot.
Well, because it's some bitches out there that's freaky. I've had bitches, I'm sure you have too. I've had bitches be like, "Oh, I want to watch you get fucked." Okay, well, what turns you on about that?
Okay,
like,
yeah. I don't even know what the button to push there.
What, you big dummy? What makes your pussy wet? Like the bitches be crunk, they be on that shit or whatever.
I live out loud, and
I mean, it's freaks in the world. It's freaks in the world. It is what it is. People like what they like.
You got an offer on your inbox because I got to look. I got $1,000 offer the other day on my inbox. Nigga say I give you $1,000 right now if you let me in this inbox. I said, baby, you get this inbox. Ooh, child.
You know I'm presenting that $1,000 offer was for normal. Listen, I'm already out there. Once I get that offer, they damn near won't.
I said, ooh, baby, it was tempting. I ain't gonna lie, it was.
This is a hot one, y'all.
This inbox, baby.
This is a hot one. Shit, this mother here smoking,
baby. And on that note, I'm making me another cocktail because y'all playing with a bit salt. Make me another drink. Shit.
Let me go ahead and drop this link over here for y'all.
Yes, I hope y'all enjoying the conversation.
Anybody want to come in and ask some questions?
This is really coming from me and Ty Hard. We just talking about our we living in our truth, talking about our shit, you know.
Dropping the link in the chat. Y'all can hit the link. You want to come up? I'll be able to see you back behind stage.
I'm glad y'all ain't had me say too much to piss off the gays because you know I don't do a lot of gay stuff. I don't do a lot of.
You don't. You have a select few.
I do have a very select.
Because bitch, look, I ain't gonna say no names, but bitch, I tried to tell you, bitch, that weird bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, whatever.
That one too. Yeah. I don't do the gay stuff.
That bitch used to be in a bitch inbox, child. I used to be like, ooh wee.
But I bumped purses. I can't believe you ain't never been with no gay man.
I have not. So I have
been
not.
Booted over and sucking it up.
Baby. All I say. Ask your mama about me. Shit.
La. Can't hear you.
Ask your mama about me, because I'm the real motherfucking superhead.
Somebody come.
Fuck what you heard.
Somebody please come.
Girl, I ain't got time. He can't do shit for me. Well, you know what? If I found an openly gay, but he gotta have some swag. He gotta have some motherfucking.
They come like that. You talking about masculine?
Some swag.
They come
because
like
I'm
that.
ignorant.
They might twerk when they drunk, but they do come like that. They do come.
And see, I don't want that.
You got to go to Houston.
That's
you got to go to Houston or Dallas.
No, you Dallas. Because them Houston punks is different.
Dallas niggas have on tall T 5'11" and may have some heels on.
Ooh, child.
But now they come in studs for real.
No, you forget. I went to TSU. I stayed in Houston. What up, Brett? I was in Houston for 3.5 years.
Dallas got it.
And
you see, I'm not
that going back to the lingos and shit. Cause I didn't never. It wasn't until I moved to Houston when a motherfucker said Bujana, and I was like, hump that I had never in my life heard that. Cause you know San Antonio.
You know the new one is they They don't talk about the booty. They be calling it a big pussy.
Girl, yes, they be killing me with that shit. Give me some of that pussy. I'll be like, boy, what? Or better yet, that stick pussy. That's one of these niggas call it. He talking about, let me get some of that stick pussy. You can, but never.
You sling it?
Yeah, I sling dick. The fuck, because it's big shit. The fuck you mean?
Yo, killing me with this.
Thank you.
The fuck you mean?
Get the drink. Where the drink?
Right, bitch, because I ain't got time to play with you hoes.
Somebody hit that link.
Me.
Oh, bitch, I get my dick sucked by hoes. What the fuck you mean?
Anybody hit
Bitch,
that
what
link.
you mean? Bitch, I am a cute ass nigga. The fuck you
I'm
mean?
a boy in a wig that does this stuff on a regular, and I cannot believe this from my sister.
Bitch,
It's
I'm
a
a
woman.
that is and is. Yes, I am.
I'm thrown.
But yeah, we're going back to what I said. These hoes be freaky.
And you into all of that, and you won't mess with a gay man? No, you didn't say you won't. You said you have.
I won't. I haven't met one on my level. I will if he on that level. He got, like I said, he gotta have some
just
swag.
masculinity. He can't be 5'8".
No, hell no.
But you 6'2"?
I'm 6'3".
6'3".
So yeah, he at least gotta have some. Well, you know what? Now, because make you laugh, big things come in small packages. So yeah,
you better know it.
So
5'9" right here, and you could take that 9 and apply it a few other areas, huh? Yeah.
So if the nigga about that life, you know what I'm saying, and he witty, and yeah, he cute, and yeah, yeah, I can fuck with it.
Let's not be too explicit. Boy, I want to monetize one of these days.
Oh, they gonna send the money. Send the money. Send the money. Send the cash.
Tyrone.
I'm just saying.
Y'all want to cash app a question? Y'all want to tap into the link?
Girl.
Come on up on the video.
Oh man, you done took me.
And I still love y'all.
You done took me for one today,
girl.
You think you know somebody?
These motherfuckers.
You got to get up in their business.
Child, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Cause at this point, like I said, I'm 40. I fuck them and leave them. I fuck them and leave them. I ain't got time. I don't have time. Wow. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. Cause too many stipulations. Ugh.
Yeah.
I just don't be understanding.
I don't subscribe to the boy being a boy. And if I wanted a girl, I hate that one. The gay boy, this is what you'll find a lot. If you did mess with the punks, they be like, if I wanted a girl, I would just go. If I wanted a boy,
I get that dealing with the straight niggas.
If I wanted a boy in a wig, I would just go get a girl. That girl not gonna have.
Prime example.
I don't.
Prime example. And this, but I mean, it's real life. And that was TV. Like Pose, when a nigga was mad that Electra had got her sex changed. And I was like, the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, now mind you, he was a doctor in this show or whatever. And the bitch, she wanted to live her life. And so the bitch goes and have a sex change, but he didn't want her to have a sex change because the motherfucker gonna say, well, because remember the motherfucker gonna say he like having something extra. He like knowing that it's there or whatever. So when the bitch got her sex change, he kicked her out the condo and all that extra shit. Right. And I was just like, it baffled the fuck out of me. I was sitting there like, well, damn.
That don't baffle me. That's my regular. That's a part of the reason. That's a part of the reason I don't deal with DL. That's a part of it because it's all about fetishizing. It don't matter how much rapport you got with them. In that show, in that moment, we didn't know how much in love they were, but you know that she had a major history with that man. Yes. He was paying her bills and providing a life for her and her gay family, right?
Yes.
And all because of a decision that made her happy, he cut her off. What makes me not do with the DL is that type of stipulation. You gonna tell me you want to take me to Dallas, or you want to take me to Atlanta or Vegas or something, so we could do woo 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 because you can't do it in the city, and then you gonna ask me if I'm gonna be dolled up all weekend, bitch. When you ever seen me and I wasn't dolled up? Don't ask me no stuff like that, and don't put me in no box.
But
when your bitch ain't got no sew in and them edges is out, that's still your bitch.
But I think that'd be the versatility because you're a cute boy. You know what I'm saying? That's who you are. You are androgynous. But you don't, my bitch don't need no weed. You know what I'm saying, bitch? My bitch don't, exactly.
And I ain't never had sex in a wig, huh?
All right, I got a question. Come on, let's wind this down, bring this down a little bit, just a little bit. Let's bring it back. Did y'all see the interview between Cam Newton and Jamal Bryant?
I did not, but I heard about it because he didn't want to do Pride, right?
TikTok had that trending. TikTok had that trending, and I was seeing clips of it.
Well, I know I had heard a little bit. I know he didn't want to do Pride.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a video.
Okay, because bitch, you need a refill. No, you still, bitch, you over there babysitting.
No, this is on the rocks. I don't know what you got going on.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna play a video that I did pertaining to that.
We on that Julio acting Julio.
Not the Julio. All right. I'm gonna let everybody listen to this.
You got pretty legs, man.
So y'all know I
Oh man.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
That wasn't your response, Cam. Your response should have been a little bit more like,
What you just say?
I gotta wait on this mud. Come to that ass down.
And they lanolated. You got pretty legs.
No, he's gonna play a video from the
You got pretty legs.
from the interview.
Oh,
Can you turn it up so we can hear?
Yeah.
well, what do you think was some of the key points in this interview, Ken?
Turn the speakers.
I want to hear what part specifically of the interview he talked about before I say anything.
Y'all ready?
Yes.
Legs, man. Oh man. You got pretty legs, man. Oh man.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. First of all, you're not gonna speed past that like you didn't just say what you just said.
That wasn't your response, Cam. Your response should have been a little bit more like,
What you just say? And they lanolated.
Man, listen,
I mean,
I'm back working out.
You put shea butter, jerky.
Oh, you see that?
then it proceeds to tell you how oiled up and lotion you are. Knowing something was wrong when I showed up, and both of y'all sitting there with your legs crossed like a lady. That interview is bound to go astray.
Why are you gay?
We are laughing.
Now tell me, do you think that was
Inappropriate.
an inappropriate comment for a so-called straight man to say to
Damn,
another straight
That's
man?
something I wouldn't have never said. That's
Not even
something
as a gay man, be like, hey,
Mm-mm.
nigga, you got some pretty legs. He's supposed to be a straight man.
yeah. You want to
Like y'all might be fighting in a minute.
Yeah,
Like,
like real life
you only-
scenario.
you say
I
some
done
shit like
pulled
that when you
I done
trying
dropped
it.
when I dropped Claudia car off to you.
Uh-huh.
You had a muscle shirt on. That's like me saying, "Wow, Ken." That's just something I would never. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Well, see, I'm a little bit more bold and explicit because I'll be like, damn, Ken, you know what I'm saying? But respectfully.
Say, but look, check this out. On the
Well, also
on
we have a
respectful level,
report too.
on a
But
respect-
that make
on
it
a-
a little different.
I always thought that respectfully.
on the respectful side of things, I can take a compliment, but if you supposed to, you know,
Extra
what I'm saying?
with it, extra with it.
You not,
Yeah, that
you
was
not, y'all
deep.
wouldn't push
You
it.
swole
He
versus
went to you all oiled up
Yeah.
and sheen, boy. You've been taking care of, like.
Yeah, that was
yeah,
deep.
good. And then the way he said, "Oh man."
Wait, Paul.
Well, the jury.
Stay away from
I think Shannon fuck around.
Stay away from that.
That wasn't Shannon. That was
That's the
Cam Newton.
That's the Cam.
I mean, my bad, Cam.
That is primarily that is a good example of the gay male that crosses that line and then puts
and then
us all
pretends
in
and then
that-
pretends like he ain't across that line.
Yes, and then it puts all of us in that
Mhm.
box of disrespect
Mhm.
and no boundary and no, you know what I'm saying? That's what grinds my gears.
Yeah, I agree.
Like the way I look at it, honestly, it's like, you know, like New Year's, you hugged me. And
Culture.
yeah,
Yeah.
as a straight man, it was a pause in me first. But you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't on no weird shit.
Mhm.
But you got guys, if they don't have that pause in them, you know what it is.
Right.
you know
Yeah.
what it is. Like,
Yeah.
this nigga didn't even he missed that at all. He didn't pause. He didn't
Yeah.
like,
I see that.
you know what I'm
I
saying?
see
Like,
that. Yeah, I get what you mean. Especially because we cross paths.
Yeah.
It ain't like we
we know each other shit like
right,
that.
right.
and we've been
So,
dealing with each other
mhm.
shit about 5.
But then it goes back to that fine line because why the fuck I can't hug my straight homeboy? Like, the fuck, this my homeboy. Hey, homeboy.
Well, couldn't would have been
Nigga,
no pause
we
and
done
just
hugged
a
and seen each
reaction.
other before.
You know
Always.
what I'm saying?
But
You
you know
my
what I'm saying?
homie.
Couldn't would be no pause and then just a reaction. The pause is where You know, I don't go for acceptance. I go for respect.
Yeah.
And the pause was the respect, the allowing me to be me, because that's who I am. When I see you, that's how I greet you. If you thought for a second your big ass was going to dap up my pretty ass with whole tips, no clips, you got another thing coming.
This motherfucker.
You know, so the only option is to throw your chin up at me or give me a hug, you know, and I feel like after what I'm saying 2014, I had the Honda Civic.
And we ain't hugging like this and
right,
like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gonna give it the respectful hug.
You know what I'm saying?
But you know what I'm saying? But it's like those guys, like I tell you, those guys are easy to identify because they'll be the ones that wanna they'll do some rub you across your butt cheek or something like that.
What's the kind, when you walk out? Oh, you see that punk? Bitch, you was just in my face. What are you talking about?
50-50 scale. What is this?
Those are the red and blue pill. Y'all are definitely taking the red pill right now because y'all are dropping nothing but truth bombs. Y'all ain't been dropping nothing but truth bombs over here.
That's funny. Yeah, it's definitely.
I mean, it's real. Scale. It's just real. It's real in the field. It's real life.
It's ironic that as the bisexual man, I sit right in the middle of this.
Oh Jesus, this bitch. Well, I wouldn't know. I ain't. Well, I mean, like I said, I get my dick sucked, but I ain't out here fucking no hoes. You know what I'm saying, or whatever. But nevertheless, child,
this motherfucker get played from everybody.
It's levels to this shit. It's definitely levels to this shit.
I thought better of you.
The hell?
What the straight man say? Head is head.
That baby, and
he said, "I'm not gay. That nigga suck my dick."
Nigga, I was done when that nigga said that. I said, but I feel no, because I had a nigga tell me that. Right. I did. Because we had a whole discussion and he was like, well, just because I fuck with a nigga every now and again on me, I was like, but goes back.
I defend men about that. I ain't gonna lie, and I don't even deal with DL men, but I do defend that. I have a lot of experiences, and this is one thing as a mass presenting guy, I know you go through a lot because of your character. And like I told Kim before you got here, you be in the city, so the men that do deal with you, they know you, so you can relate to me with what I'm gonna say.
Whoa.
I deal with a lot of men that have never dealt with a man before, and I deal with a lot of men that would not trust another man the way that they have put their trust in them.
Well, now that I'm older and I'm more mature or whatever, like I say, it's levels to that shit. Because them 20s, oh bitch, I was that show out bitch. You couldn't miss me. You couldn't fuck me on Monday and I see your raggedy ass in Santa's on Thursday and you didn't speak. Oh baby, we touching every corner up in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I've had men, I've been in the club and I've had men have a waiter send me a drink.
You better.
Because they're so scared or they so insecure that
I don't want you to be scared. You gotta be careful.
Then I'm just to go run. But I'm saying they be so nervous and I'm just gonna run up in their white face or whatever the fuck the situation is. Yeah, I've had men send me drinks. You know what I'm saying? Well, that too. Yeah. Both. It's both. Let me send you this drink so you don't cut up or whatever the fuck. So I said all that to say this. So now that I'm more older and I'm more mature, niggas have to get a feel for me. And be like, okay, is this bitch gonna spill my tea, or is he really, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they do that for me too, but I probably look like the typical gay messy male, you know. So they be skeptical. But for me, it's like that's why I say I need to find balance, because for me to deal with that type of guy, you got to be flying me out, you got to be spinning the bag, and then come up to me like, damn, your ass fat, I want that. I be like, oh, I just seen these new limited edition Dolce & Gabbanas I want. And they be like, what the fuck? Oh, I thought we was calling out our wants and needs around this bitch.
Baby.
You know? Like, it's definitely, if it's going to be just that, it's an exchange. Everything got a price, they say. I say, you better finish that bottle before you get it, baby.
It definitely got a price.
I give you my price, you better.
It definitely got a price.
I don't know. Y'all, you know Brett, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Brett just, he said, the men that call you a punk behind your back are waiting to be tried in the dark.
Always.
Whoa.
Always. I agree, Brett.
Yeah.
I agree. Always. Yep. Because going back to what I said, I've had niggas hit my inbox and lie and say, oh, somebody hacked their page. No, bitch, you're trying to holler, but you got scared. And then 3-4 weeks later, they back in my inbox. Oh, it's really me. Bitch, it was you the first time, Paul. It was you the first time. But nevertheless, it's levels to that shit.
I'm gonna find balance. Me and you gonna cancel each other. I'm gonna get you with a pump.
Ooh, girl.
I done set up the dynamic duo.
Down.
The Gap Man and Robin over here.
I'm gonna find you a
But it's crazy because anytime me and Ty together and we on the public scene, them hoes go up for us. We went to a funeral. R.I.P. Miss Lisa or whatever. Shout out to Q. Continue prayers. But baby, we was at Miss Lisa funeral, and baby, they was eating our asses with a spoon, honey, and we weren't even being extra. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We was
I
just,
love that you know how to turn that on and off too.
Well, what?
I definitely got decorum, as my grandmother was like.
Bitch, yes. Like I say, it's levels to that shit. I am who I am, bitch. But nevertheless, you know what I'm saying.
2017 MLK March, baby. We ran into each other at Santa's. You said, "Ty, hit that walk with me." I said, "I don't know how to do that. Don't do that to me."
They be eating a bitch up. Oh, y'all hoes together, yeah. Give y'all hoes something to look at.
So, for the straight men, how do you deal with women that give you that pushback? When I ask this, I'm asking pushback.
They identify themselves as somebody I'd never talked to when they do shit like that.
Oh, okay. So you know,
as a man, and especially being my age now, I don't deal with the drama. I don't deal with all that arguing and debating and
does that go for guys
extra
too?
shit. Like when you want to talk,
guys.
when you want to talk to me, you talk to me. If you try to insult me, we're through talking.
Right.
Because I'm not going to try to insult you.
So that's general then.
Yeah, I mean, well, because like I tell you, most of the ones, huh? Yeah,
you was with the boys.
I was with
one of them is my friend.
But see, I think motherfuckers just don't be wanting to be judged.
So if they were to like mess with you about that, like how do you handle that?
It's for the homeboys for one, your boys don't do it on a serious note. Guys have always cut on each other. You know, that's what we do at schoolyard. So that shit doesn't bother us. It bothers you when a woman's doing it trying to either trying to emasculate you or trying to prod you. It's like, why are you trying to instigate this into something else?
Well, you're trying to take the situation from where maybe I said something that you disagree with into an argument. We're not gonna go into an argument. I'll sit here and I'll talk to you all day long, drop facts, and you can debate that fact, and then I'll drop another fact, or I'll debate what you tried to counter. But see, she mad.
We can do that all day, but the minute you try to insult me,
she mad. But see, she mad if you bring up the point that she let her homegirl eat her. Going back to the drug, she let her homegirl. Yeah. Clock that bitch. Clock that T, bitch. But you let your homegirl eat your pussy, bitch. When you get drunk, whatever the fuck the situation.
Every time you get drunk,
that part, or whatever the fuck the situation is. But you're mad at this man because he chooses to be secure in his manhood.
Yeah.
So make it make sense, bitch.
Yeah. It's like, what do you want? Like for me, my thing is like, if I can do all the things that I've learned to do in my life and be operating on the level that I'm operating at, I'm not gonna let you take me off my square with no dumb shit. Yeah, you can say what you want to say. I know how I sleep at night and how I slept 10 years in the pen.
I hate to be this gay boy too, but and so much to say, like, it really be that big when it comes to women, because in addition to they be a pot calling the kettle black, I have seen a woman and a man go toe to toe in a relationship, and a woman come at me in their personal domestic toe to toe because of what he wants and desires and his transparency with her, instead of coming behind his back with me and doing it. And she has been in my inbox for the same thing. That's how bad it is. Wait. I'm not bashing.
Wait. Yeah. I might not be the smartest person in the world.
I'm a PhD.
But are you saying that both of them, the man and the woman, was trying to holler at you separately?
Separately. And only the man was transparent with the woman first. The woman would just comment on my post and I mean my public post, not just story.
Yeah.
You know, because they look like the home girl, you know?
I know exactly.
And then when it comes down to the nitty gritty, they really want this, but your man don't know the desires of, you know.
Well, yeah, like I said, if he and she be honest with themselves, bitch, you can have a whole lot. Because, bitch, if you just want to have some fun, bitch, we can have some fun. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I had a straight man. It was my shopper at Saks, and after like 2 years of being my personal shopper, he confessed these confessions to me, and he was like, my wife is out of town. I'm about to call her and tell her. I said, whoa, hold it. You ain't never did this before. And I'm explaining this to tell you how I come up with my theories and my opinions and the way that I move. I said, you ain't never experienced this before. I said, I think that you should move with a little caution. And I said, and although I'm not the one to experiment with, I think you should explore that in your own before you just run to your wife with these confessions about yourself. He said, what you mean? That's if nobody else, that's the only person that's obligated to deal with me and my differences and my change. He said, you telling me my mother can die tomorrow and my life changed forever. And if nobody else, she's not the one required to deal with it. Yes, she's the one that is for me, sickness and health, till death do us part. Why wouldn't I tell her of a thought, yet alone my action? I said, dang.
And that's real. And I can respect him. And I can respect that man for that.
Yeah. And
I can respect him for that.
Once you know like what you want is out there, it makes you set the standard.
Lay it on the table.
Yeah.
Because all that
it
plan,
makes you set the standard. You know what I'm saying?
It does.
On the contrary.
It does.
I do need that balance. But ultimately, that if I was to deal with anything, that's what I would want on both ends of the stick.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. Yeah. Because I think it opens up, you know what I'm saying? It opens up that vulnerability, and then it lets you know what I'm saying? Like you said, better or worse. Because I guess you could say in a quote unquote heterosexual, that's the worst part. So shit. So
if I was a woman, I think the worst would be my man wanting to dress like me. As a person that dresses like, I would rather him want. I'd rather him.
That's some orange and black shit for your ass.
I'll be sharing Sheen outfits.
Then did the bitch makeup.
Oh shit.
Oh god.
So but I hope y'all have gotten some insight. I hope
this is good.
Let me give y'all some insight too before y'all do wherever we're going with this. A man liking his butt played with is not gay.
It is.
It's nasty.
It's gay.
It's freaky.
It's gay.
It's not gay.
It's gay.
If he wanted from a woman,
that's the gay gateway drug. I ain't never seen a dude to do it and do it alone.
I have.
I'm talking about and seen him do it alone and not end up
fucking with a nigga.
Wanting to do to.
I have.
You have what?
I witnessed that.
I witnessed it.
I witnessed.
I have too though.
Let me tell you.
And he's married. He's married.
Boom.
He's married.
They reached out to me. She said, "I be pegging." Let me tell you the story.
I see him at 60, 70 years old being the one to come out the closet.
It wouldn't surprise
if he did that. If he would be the one wearing wingtips and crushed velvet.
I'm just saying that just
let me tell you what I experienced though.
Because he is very freaky.
The couple reached out to me collectively and told me what they thought that he wanted. I gave them the pretenses. I said, you hovering over him, pegging him with new breast, 30 inches, a soft face, no facial hair, and giving him the pleasure in the area that is every person's G-spot, whether they've experienced it, accepted or not. That is the fact of it, right?
Bisexual standards.
Right. Yes, that is the fact. I said it's not going to be the same experience coming from me. It's just not.
Well, it's not going to be the same experience.
So
but let me explain.
They didn't believe it. Hold on, I'm almost done. They didn't believe it.
Go ahead.
Me and him tried it. You got to know he was running out that room. It was not literally running out the room, but it was not the same experience. What he thought he wanted, first of all, for me, but a lot of men need to understand that it is physical appreciation that your wife and your daughters cannot do the makeup as well as I can.
Yo,
what
tell me
what this is dick because they be like, yo, Giles is strong, good. This and that.
It ain't about the straw. It's about the straw pool. It ain't about the jawstring.
You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell y'all this as a straight man. There are things that a straight man that builds his character. And one of the things that is of his character is being able to have restraint. An anal orgasm is something a man should never experience.
Ooh, child.
Nope.
I don't know. I can't disagree.
Nope. Sorry.
That's a lie.
If you're a straight man, the booty play is no play.
I don't know why.
Okay, hold on. Let me ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this.
I've had two different chicks try to lick my
Or whatever. Okay.
And you know what
but
I
let me
mean?
ask you this.
It was
So
a
do you feel
WWF
like the licking, do you feel like as a straight man, do you feel like the licking is gay, or do you feel like the penetration? Because now I will say if a nigga getting his ass ate by a bitch, I don't think that's so gay. But if that nigga getting his ass fingered and he getting shit actually stuck up in his ass, sir,
that's
you want some dick.
You think
that's for sure. Hey, look.
Nigga, if she stuck a peppermint up your ass, like, bitch, that bitch stuck a peppermint up that man's ass. We gonna talk when we get off this live.
I ain't gonna lie, you said that
bitch stuck a peppermint up that man's ass.
You said that, and it made it very hard for me to combat it. And I have factual experience, evidence that of what I was saying to be real and to be.
And I've known men that have raised kids through college and all that stuff that been straight married men 30 years and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden,
I have heard that. Look, Caitlyn
all
Jenner.
of a sudden,
that's a white T man. I'm not. We not.
I'm just saying, you know,
that's different.
He had 2 beautiful wives. Shit, and that man wanted to be a whole woman.
That is crazy.
I'm
so
good
that's
on
the
that.
line.
That's
gender,
the line.
Forget the gender.
That's the line. Playing with your behind. That's one.
In any aspect.
That's one orgasm a man is never supposed to experience.
Supposed to is a strong statement.
In order to hold his manhood, his masculinity, you don't. It's certain things you don't gamble with. And your masculinity is one of them. You gamble with your masculinity. I
already agree with you outside of the sexual.
Like I told you, I've been to prison. Well, my first joint that I went to, I met this guy that was named Kevin Williams. Call me Kelly. 6'7". Got raped. He only came in with a 5-year sentence. When I got down there, he had been gone 23 years because somebody raped him. He killed him and then couldn't shake back from wanting to be a girl.
Yeah. Like I say, it's levels to that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
It's levels to that shit.
Because what you got to understand is masculinity is not just it's not just X and Y chromosome.
Yeah.
It is a mind state and a dedication to a certain role.
What you're saying is it is a physical aspect to this.
Yeah. You can't.
So I'm not masculine.
Huh? No, you're not understanding.
Ain't nothing.
You see this mother sitting here with 86 inches of Hawaiian silky.
Bitch don't say, bitch, really? Bitch, and everybody know I'm flamboyant and I am feminine as hell. Bitch. But it is a little masculine, just a little bit.
I got into it with a barber in the city.
Oh, Lord.
They were very disrespectful.
I remember that.
And I blasted me talking about I'm a grown ass man, I ain't arguing with no punk. I said, no, you're an adult. You're over the age of 18. A grown ass man
doesn't act like that.
Yes, you know what I'm saying. But that was literal in that aspect. I was really being messy. But what you're saying, it takes the perspective. It takes this type of conversation and dialogue for me to realize that a man is not just because I know you.
Yeah. But
so
going
this
back
don't
to
have
that
to
shit, how you become a punk though?
This don't have to me?
Yeah, because you was mad. Bitch, you're mad because what? Also, all of a sudden, I was your client. I was putting money in your motherfucking pocket.
Yeah.
But all of a sudden,
you thought you was going to talk to me and you was going to be cute.
Now I'm a whole punk.
When you see me, you was going to knock my head off and you ain't done such shit. And I seen you in Horizon with my wig not glued on and you didn't do nothing.
I hate when they do that.
What happened though? I was saying.
Because the thief said, the thief said it was on site too, bitch.
He did.
Bitch, the thief said it was on site.
Somebody said P. Diddy did it all. P. Diddy was P. Diddy getting diddled.
Yeah.
He's been getting
I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I'm a
conversation.
I didn't get invited to no Diddy party, bitch. I did some ass. I'm sorry, y'all. I would have gave Diddy the cookie.
Yo, you best believe I could have.
Bitch.
Yeah,
baby, Diddy could have had all these cookies.
What if Santana Big Daddy had that, Diddy? I know I would have been well taken care of, and I would have been just like Carisha. Quiet.
Baby,
don't
worry.
Bathe in motherfucking holy water tonight.
Baby, he could have got all
on a serious note, though, it takes this type of dialogue with someone. I think when we have these conversations,
R. Kelly too. R. Kelly could have got cookies too.
I gotta stop having these conversations with people who I can't trust their
What more do you want from me?
Knowledge to this.
Yeah,
I
Kelly
think,
could have
having
got
a, I think having a conversation with somebody that I already have that rapport with or trust, I'll go so far to say I'm willing to hear you out, and then I can compare it to what I know about you.
Yeah.
And
But
so
that's what men do. Even whether gay or straight,
yeah.
men have always compared notes and been able to build.
So I am a man. I'm just not
understanding of things, huh? Nigga, you know you about 50% masculine.
Thank you. That's because your statement.
You
25, 30.
Now,
25,
when I say masculinity depends on that, meaning that you're not no straight man if you letting your ass get played with. Like,
right, no,
you know
no,
what I'm saying?
If
that's something that you're
explained
craving, if that's something that you start craving,
but the difference in you is you're not saying
it's a gateway drug. It's like weed.
That's the difference between you saying this and the average. Hell no, you're saying that like you're not gonna play with jeopardizing your genuine real masculinity like that. Whereas a person that
get curious, they get curious. That's why it's called trisexual. You'll try anything.
Clock that T, y'all. Clock that T. Clock that T, baby. Yeah, baby.
Oh Lord, Melanie Jackson said most of all the dudes in her hood was messing with the queens. Oh God.
Yeah.
What hood? No, I'm just
that part. What hood is you from, bitch? We need to pull up. I already said I like thugs. We need, well, if you in San Antonio, I probably fucked them already later. Shit. Nevertheless, but
yo, killing me with this.
But nevertheless, child.
whoa.
Gotcha, bitch. I'm just saying, child.
Oh my God.
Shit.
We not gonna call no hoods out, but just
please don't, please.
You
know what I'm saying? If you want to point them out, just point them out in the baby girl's inbox. Yeah. Let her know so she can protect herself.
And y'all figure, y'all figure it out.
These the truth pills or these lie pills?
That's the lie. The blue is the lie.
That's probably them hard pills.
This that truth and it's that color. So y'all just figure out whatever hood is that color.
Oh God. This was said. She said Lincoln Courts. Oh God.
Oh girl.
I don't know too much about them.
West Side.
That part. I'm
more of an East Side.
East Side all day, bitch. Woo, child.
Anyways, that's not what we're talking about. So what? This is good.
Lord have Jesus.
We love y'all. We do. We love y'all. We just living in our truth, y'all.
Living in my truth, baby. The only way I know to live.
Living in our truth.
For appointments, feel free to call 210-42.
That part, yes.
Go ahead, get your shout out for your business.
421-5930 www.theTyrashad.org for all your makeup and beauty needs.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Y'all
need me to speak at the funeral or something. Y'all know where to find me.
You said you were doing a sonogram earlier?
No, mammogram.
Mammogram.
Yeah.
Oh, you get to play with titties too?
No, sir.
My baby.
The one receiving the mammogram.
Oh.
Yes, do your exams in the shower, y'all. You know what I'm saying? My baby went through a little thing. You know, it's real. Also, people think that females are the only ones that have breast cancer. Males can also have breast cancer. Matter of fact, Richard Roundtree, chef, he had breast cancer. You know what I'm saying? So do your research.
We don't take estrogen.
So do your
better go get them checkups. Get your PSAs checked out.
Yes, check.
It's a very big genetic thing.
When you take a shower, you know, examine yourself, look over your body, you know, and stuff. So it's important. It is. Health is important.
This was very, very was it courageous for you? Was this easy for you?
Who, me?
Yeah. This interview?
I don't give a fuck what motherfuckers think about me.
Yeah, for me.
I know where I stand.
It's a very courageous act.
Look, let me get a shout out. Look, y'all come holler at him for y'all tent. You know what I'm saying? Your boom box, your stereo.
You know what I'm talking about?
All that good stuff. He gonna hook you up.
Let me tell you how I started going to Ken. I went to right up the street from him. Used to be this place called Custom Sounds. I had a Honda Civic. They let me put 2 15s in the trunk, and right by the jacket box, pulling out on walls, my back window shattered. I took it back. I threatened to tear the place up. They gave me my money back. I went to Ken, and I got my first system. in my Honda Civic.
They tried to put 215s.
What you mean tried?
Damn.
I couldn't put a piece of bubble gum in the back of the truck.
God damn.
My window shattered leaving there. You don't remember me telling you that?
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
They even they refunded me, and I think they went half with me on
They
my
had
back
on the window. They had to help
yeah, something like
window.
that. I went to you and I got my first system in there, and then after that,
I did the Lincoln. I did the Challenger.
Yep, I took Claudia's car up there for her birthday. And got her windows.
Did you tell me which way you not driving again, bitch? Tell me again, ho.
Because I had a blowout in my Lincoln. My Lincoln was $98,000. And I had a blowout and totaled it.
Oh,
it started with me not being willing to start over.
You sound like Nitty. Nitty had an accident in the rain. Now he don't like driving nowhere. Frank Nitty.
Oh yeah, it started up with me being on car strike.
But what's
my story is on?
I love you, cousin.
My story.
Frank Nitty is my cousin. Was you drunk when you had that accident?
I was not drunk.
No, I'm talking about his ass.
Oh, okay.
Because you know that motherfucker be getting his drink.
It wasn't about being scared initially.
That nigga, he's scared to
Let
death
me
of
tell
the
you
rain.
when
They
I
can't
got
drizzle. His ass won't drive nowhere.
Let me tell you when I found out.
Oh,
he stayed in the city with the.
I got a client in Houston and had to drive down there for the wedding.
Ooh,
and I was at 10-2.
I already
doing
know
60 the whole way.
That happened to me.
And I realized my nerves was bad the whole way. And
that happened to me in Galveston.
Brittany Barnes, my shop is off of Walsen in Montgomery.
Yeah, I was.
I put the address in the.
I was in Galveston.
I put the address right now
in Galveston.
In the chat.
And so I drive down there all the time, and I was on the highway, and bitch, you couldn't see shit. Like
rain.
Because that rain in Houston and Galveston is crucial.
And
it be sideways, bitch. So it was pouring the fuck down. I couldn't see shit, y'all. I was praying and talking to the Lord. I was like, Lord, please just make it to Galveston, Jesus. Let make it to Galveston. Because you know, in going to Galveston, it's only one way in and one way out. Yeah. So you're on one fucking bridge. So yeah, you better know how to drive. But yeah, I've had numerous accidents. I mean, that's why my hand is like this to this day, because I broke my hand.
Yeah, I've had accidents, but something about being by yourself.
Yeah.
Send me a friend request. You'll be able to get my phone number off the page.
It does. But bitch, jump back out there because you fabulous, bitch. You need to be in a Lexus or a Benz or something.
Somebody got to drive it for me.
Damn, so you totaled the Lincoln? I used to like that Lincoln too. Boy.
It wasn't no physical damage to it. It got to that shop, the axle was gone. They said the wheel bearings was gone. Everything gone.
And they couldn't fix it?
They totaled it out.
Man, we was at a funeral and Ty pulled up. I said, bitch, I want to be like you when I grow up, bitch.
No more. Somebody got to drive Mr. Daisy.
Well, bitch, gone on. You already a celebrity status.
Be sitting in the back seat. Be sitting in the back seat like you got a chauffeur.
Make it to Hollywood, ATL, or Cali, bitch, and I got you, bitch. I'll be your personal driver, bitch. I will be your personal driver. Because when you make it big, bitch, you gotta have your bitch on the side, bitch.
I'll get out of here one day.
As the coldest walking bitch.
San Antonio got the clientele on lock for me. I can't leave.
I mean, shit, if they coming,
why would you need your money? Y'all want y'all loved ones to look good for that funeral? Call my bitch. He make them look beautiful.
I need to start advertising that.
God damn, you do dead people too?
Beautiful.
I see dead people?
He'll make them look gorgeous. Even if they were sick, child. So, yes. But I always tell this bitch, I be like, bitch, if I go before you, bitch, you better beat, bitch. That bitch always be like, don't say, I'm just saying, yeah, you got to talk about shit.
That is the worst thing
bitch.
Ever.
Bitch, you better beat my ass to the high heaven, bitch. Bitch, I'm going to glory.
Let's start with your birthday.
And bitch, you was supposed to beat this face for this birthday, bitch. But you know, shit be happening. Them coins,
I was gone.
That dad and that coinage went right. Cause y'all know, look, cause y'all gonna charge you a nice. You gonna be pretty, but y'all gonna charge you a nice little penny too, y'all. But I'm his sister. I guess I get the family discount.
I appreciate you though, Ken, for the
I do
for the
it was nice conversation.
Yeah.
No people scared to come up on the come on.
You don't want to get more questions and stuff like that?
I'm trying to get some questions.
Y'all can ask them questions.
Y'all come in so y'all can ask your questions.
We are very transparent.
I'll drop the link one more time. We're gonna try this and then give y'all about 10 more minutes.
You allow them to
get the hell up out of here. They can come in to the link, tap the link that's in the chat.
Y'all, the only reason I didn't have no gumbo is because I don't eat after 7. So can I tell you how it smells?
This little bitch. That bitch. But you know what? Make that whole laugh. I'm because bitch, you was very transparent. But I'm gonna talk about that too. Because bitch, I be hating when them hoes be going to get them BBLs, bitch, and about 6 months later, bitch, they be 100, bitch, they be big. Bitch, you spend all that motherfucking money and you didn't get your ass in the gym. Bitch, if you get, I'm sorry, because I won't be one to eventually I'm gonna go get that hoe. But nevertheless,
if
when
I
I
get a BBL, the streets is dead.
Bitch,
y'all hoes can wrap it up if you ain't married already.
Bitch. Cause
and you know what's crazy? I take it so serious, and all my life, you could look up my doctor. He don't even do BBLs. All I did was lipo 360. I did my stomach, my flanks, and my back. And I take it so serious. Once I get over 220, bitch, I'm in hiding. I'm taking food suppressants, appetite suppressants.
I said I want to. I be saying I'm gonna get in the gym.
I don't know how y'all spend $7,000-8,000 on the surgery, $2,000-3,000 on recovery, and then don't take care of it. Mm-hmm. That don't make sense to me.
Me neither.
Y'all did that for some dick. Y'all did that to trap a nigga. That's what that was.
Or go get pregnant. Or go get pregnant.
That's
I'll be like, the fuck are you going to?
Yes, get pregnant after a time.
Bitch, you just had surgery to be fine. Girl. So yes, bitch, I'm letting y'all know if I get mine, bitch, baby, I'll be in the gym every day. Don't worry.
And I'm gonna start offering courses.
I'm
gonna start offering fitness courses like they do.
we gonna be in the gym. We can. Y'all hoes really gonna have something to talk about.
Gonna have my back big as hell.
Bitch, they in the gym. We can, bitch.
Please. You ain't gonna have me. I could stand behind Kenny. You couldn't see me. I ain't no way in hell. I'm the one to the gym with him.
Somebody
but I saw because baby, I posted my sister video.
Yes, it is.
What
is really playing with a man anal gay? Yes, it is.
Well, y'all take it from a straight man.
I'm straight. Yes, it is.
Can I tell you?
I said if it's the penetration, if the female putting her finger up his ass, he wants some dick. If he's just getting it licked, maybe not.
How would you know if he's secretly seeing, man?
Let me tell y'all.
What was the question? How do you know if he's secretly?
How would you know if he's secretly?
Can I tell you
let me answer that question.
Hold on. Let me tell you the definition of gay. Sexually or romantically attracted to people of one's own sex. So if you are doing the bending and you are a female bending your man over, it is not gay. It may be weird.
You know why it's gay?
Unethical. It may be unnormal. It may be it may be a gateway.
You want me to tell you why it's gay?
Talk about it, kid.
It may be a gateway.
You know why it's gay? Because a man is not meant to be penetrated.
That's what I said. I said penetrated.
A man is not meant to be penetrated.
We talking about the licking. But no, to answer your question, ma'am, let me say this.
It's just not.
Tap into your
the whole idea of a man. Huh?
No, you're not. Tap into your tap. But
the whole idea of a man having sex with another person is well in the penetration form is a form of conquest. That's why typically when a woman
I hate this bitch.
Typically when a woman is what are the positions that they do it in?
Ooh, child.
The submissive.
Now he got his legs. Well, that's another. Okay.
Whoa. Those are submissive positions for a man to be penetrated.
Okay, so let me answer this lady question, y'all.
On your knees with your ass up, on your back with your legs behind your head. It's all good.
Let me clarify, ladies. Okay, so to answer this lady question.
I'm a PhD.
To answer the lady question, your female intuition.
Yep.
Your female intuition is very real.
A dildo rub
It's very real. So if you feel like your man is questionable or whatever the fuck the situation is, go with that. No, go with that. Don't tell him. But if you think it, bitch, pack them bag. No, pack them bag.
Figure it out.
Now look, I'm gonna tell you from a father's perspective what I tell my daughter. I'm telling you from a father's perspective what I tell my daughter. If you're in doubt, get the fuck out.
Get out.
Okay.
Get the fuck out.
But you ain't just talking about sexuality. You talking about in general.
In general, well, this is the thing though. As a father, I've been talking to my daughters. As soon as they hit around 10, 12 years old, I start talking to them about how they should be treating men and how they should look for men.
Yes.
Really?
If he doesn't
You talk to
stand
them
up,
about how they should treat men?
if he doesn't stand up to a certain level, get the hell on. And as far as how they should be treating them, I'm telling them, if you get a little boyfriend, that's your boyfriend, and y'all together, don't break his heart. Because typically the first time, that's when guys have their rude awakening into the real world. Because most guys literally from babies are looking to have the white picket fence in the house and all that stuff there. And then they get that first girlfriend, and that girlfriend writes the letter, you like me? Yes. And all that shit there. But then she's sending that same letter to two of his friends. Correct. And then he find out, and that's when it's like, oh, these bitches just like us.
These hoes ain't loyal. These hours ain't loyal. But no, it's real.
And when you do that, when you do that, what most mothers don't understand, when it comes to men, when men learn a lesson, you don't get that over twice.
Well, that, and then it kills me when them hoes be talking about, oh, I never knew. He
got a PhD, y'all.
I never knew. Oh, whatever. I'm
no, for real, because normally I eat a straight nigga up when wait, hold on. Pause. You have a pause button?
No, I don't have the pause button. I needed it for tonight.
Normally, I am very my rebuttals are factual and spoken. They're voiced based on a experience or fact, not bias. But you're saying the same thing a lot of guys say, but without the intelligence and the ability to express it. And it's not bringing, it's not even contradict, it's not even making my point wrong. It's just
bringing
the
out the point.
perspective is valid. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. The perspective is very valid in the things that you're saying. And you're right. You're going to have me look, you know what's so crazy? I had a falling out. I'm gonna tell you a story because we all live and it's a good story. My friend's baby daddy, I was messing with him for 6 months and didn't know that was her baby daddy. She posted him on their child's birthday, and I clicked on the name, and it's a hood nigga, so the name said East this, South that, whatever. So I clicked on the name and it was him, and I was baffled. And because I put together how he met me, I knew that he followed me on social media. He watched us go out together, and I said something. Saying that to say that when we rekindled, I told her, she blasted him, but she still fucked him. And when he moved away for 5 years, and when he came back, we rekindled, had a conversation about it. And I went to the restroom after our conversation. I came out, he was booted over, ass open. You hear me? On his knees, bitch. And so I'm saying that to say I'm comparing this. Even me, as a person that lives that lifestyle, found that very feminine and demasculating.
Well, to answer your question.
Listen, but everything that he's saying as a valid point to what a straight man shouldn't put themselves in the position.
Well, that's probably why I don't fuck with punks. Because the first time,
hold on now.
The first time, no. Because the first time a nigga asked me to stick my hand up his ass, it turned me off. It turned me off.
Hand?
Bitch, yeah.
Yo,
tell me with this.
It turned me off, y'all.
Can you check me out? Is there any way you...
It turned me the fuck off.
What more do you want from me?
But I'm saying, because going back to what he said, I'm like, nigga, you supposed to be this, especially them thug niggas. Why you want my hand up your ass?
Hand is crazy.
Sir, what is going on?
Can you tell us stop saying the hand?
Finger, hand, bitch, whatever, both, bitch. Like I said,
no,
bitch.
I have grace for a finger. A hand is out of the question. You could be the bottom of the city. If you ask me to put your hand up your ass, it's a done dada.
Well,
it's done.
Well, because once again, these motherfuckers be watching them porns and shit.
This is checkers,
so bitch,
not chess.
They want to get
very easy.
Bitch, they want to get fisted up their ass and all that extra shit, bitch. No. So when
they're not gonna get monetized.
So when that nigga said that shit, y'all, it turned me the fuck off. So wait a minute. So it wasn't until I was talking to my little old school gay partner, and he was like, bitch, he was explaining the scenarios to me, and I was like,
what's the scenario? Tell us the scenario.
He was like, bitch, that just mean, you know what I'm saying? Bitch, they really open, they like you.
Literally.
And bitch, that part.
Spread.
But I was like, girl, but I'm telling y'all,
Gay.
it turned me off. It turned me completely off.
I don't think a woman could come to him and tell him to put his hand up her twat and he could.
Oh no, he gonna do it. That freaky nigga gonna do it.
Nah, I ain't going.
Nah,
Nigga, you gonna stick your hand all the way up that bitch cot.
Oh my god.
Nigga,
I
I'm
don't want no
sorry.
part to that.
This excludes.
He wants nigga. He gonna spread that
The
bitch.
hard pill to swallow. We're about to overdose. I am. You've been through too much, and that's why you don't like
I
punk.
think I gave them too much alcohol.
That Don Julio act the foolio.
Yo, you got me clutching my gold.
Bitch, I'm just saying. Oh my God.
Listen.
Like, y'all, like you said, I am an experienced hoe, but nevertheless, it be too much for my soul. And I'm a hoe. I ain't gonna say because like I said, I don't like that term. But I'm saying
the collection for Tyresh's Studios cash to donate for therapy. Because if this is what my friend has been going through, I understand. I wouldn't want to punk neither. If a straight man could take a hand up his ass, I never understand why you don't want to punk.
Maybe at all. Get away from me.
They've been to ask for your foot.
Bitch.
I'm good on it. And I have nothing. Lord.
Woo. Woo. But no. So
I
yes.
don't have a PhD. Very, very much trade school. I'm done.
I do. I got a PhD in this shit, y'all. Woo. Cause baby, these niggas be whatever. I ain't gonna say they be punks, but they be curious as fuck.
Open too.
Curious as fuck.
A lot going on there.
There's a lot going on. My God.
Baby, they be curious. They would
give you a hug.
Cause bitch, that's be the bullshit. That be the bullshit. That definitely be the bullshit though.
Yeah. And now it's gay. Now, if you want your booty played with and you're a straight man, it's gay. Now, between what I
like I said, I don't think we already.
What he's saying shouldn't happen.
He said
the door.
licking. He said the licking and the penetration is gay.
Listen,
but
let me tell you what the middle just put together. What he has said and set as a standard for a man not to do, and you just said what that same man did do, and it led to.
Bitch, me not wanting him. Bitch, go home.
No.
Bitch, go home. Get out this bed.
It led to your elbow up his ass.
Bitch, get out this bed. Get out this bed.
He's right. We was wrong.
I mean, I oblige now, but baby, in the beginning, I was like, wait a minute.
Because if he was living in his truth, it would. I can't. You
in my Kevin Hart
your
voice.
bony fingers, TMI. Your bony fingers better not go nowhere near me. Okay. So the fact that he can handle the whole hand, it's too much going on, and you.
But I ain't got me in hands.
What my grandma say? I could smell it on you. You're promiscuous. Your hips is spread and all of that, and that's the problem right there. You shouldn't have never started playing with it if you wasn't gonna come out, because now you got microphones and hands up your ass.
Bitch, let me get my drink.
Too much going on.
Let me whine about it.
You're right.
And shit.
You're right.
Let me Julio about it.
You got to be right, because I ain't never.
I'm telling you.
And I'm sure the wig has preserved that. They seen you and thought it was going to be TTG and was sadly mistaken. But I ain't never went through that, and I can't even lie to you.
So, bitch, as far as the versatility, because, bitch, for them hoes is just joining the versatility, because my bitch talked about his finger waves, baby. He'll take that wig off and baby finger wave his hair up. And like I said, my friend is a cute boy, or whatever, for you hoes that don't know. So do you enjoy being androgynous more, or do you enjoy switching it up and having that versatility?
Okay, that I was going to say is I'm always androgynous, but your question is very valid because I'm not always androgynous. I don't always balance the both. I'm sometimes one or the other, right?
Yeah.
I think that I don't always successfully do androgyny. Androgyny, by definition, is the ability to balance both at the same time, effectively, correctly. I don't mean Joanna, man.
Well, no, because what I like about you too, even as androgynous as you are, your family accepts your androgynous. when you go around your papa and stuff, you're not coming. You're not coming.
No.
Coming,
My
you're not
family
coming.
respects my
Okay. Well, peace pipe, crack pipe, or whatever. So, but because grandpa is a pastor too. So, what's the call? When you go around Papa, you're toned down. Do you feel like you're downplaying yourself, or is it just that respect factor?
No, I think the day I post a picture, you know, my grandfather is my. I have a grandfather program on my website, and it's because he was my first investor. Father's Day 2019, I went to his house for Father's Day, and when I was leaving, he walked me out, and he was like, I said, Grandpa, let's take a picture. Took a picture, and I was like, thank you so much for this. I had on nails, I had a full face, I had finger waves, my hair was blonde, and I was like, thank you so much for this. I really just wanted to see my dad. I wanted to see you. And my grandpa, at 90 years old, because 2019, that was, 6 years ago? 90 years old, 91 years old. He's 97 now, I think.
That's his heart.
He said, Ty, you are all right with me. You have to know I went in that house and went off on everybody that kept me away from so many Father's Days, so many holidays, so many moments. When and the reason being, like, at his age, he don't want to see, he don't want to, and he verbally to my face told me, you know what I'm saying?
Do you think age plays a part in that also? Because I was young.
I don't think any father, grandfather, whatever would
disown
their progeny.
You heard what he said? Not a dad.
He said
a father.
I don't believe they would disown their progeny. They might be disappointed that you didn't go a certain route.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if you speaking biblically, you're supposed to raise your child up. And you're supposed to give them the path. Now, if they stray from that path, that's on them. But it's still your responsibility to give them the path.
Right.
Well, it goes back to that church shit.
You still teach your children, like, even if, like,
because I knew the right way.
Even if you have a child that like shows that they might be a boy that might show that he's a little feminine, or a girl that shows that she's a little bit more masculine or more boyish, more studdish or whatever. You still teach them the right ways.
Right.
And then once they become adults, then you let them do, you know what I'm saying? Because
and me as a witness,
you never can see how it goes.
You can't.
And what's your theory on that? Do you think you was born who you was, or did you?
Me as a witness, you can't stray from it. But you have to learn how to balance,
how to manage it. You want to stay enough on the path that you still make your destination.
And
you don't want to go off in the ditch.
For real, it was a point that I had let all of that go, but when you're rooted in it, you can't. And that's what gives you the eternal life. But to answer your question, I don't dumb myself down for anybody, you know, and I don't fix myself up. You know what I mean when I say that?
Oh, yeah.
For nobody either. I am who I am authentically. And like I said, I'm that way because I slept with rats, roaches, bed bugs, and fleas to live the life that I live.
Yeah.
And I mean that literally. That's not a figure of speech. And
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
And so no, I don't dumb myself down, but I am not the gay that forces acceptance. I demand respect.
Exactly.
So if you see me with my wig off around my grandpa, it's because if I didn't have to go get paid for a wig on, if I didn't provide as a manager and needed to put on an outfit and look a certain way to make my $700, $800 in 3 hours,
you still gonna give grandpa
then I'm gonna give
respect
grandpa that respect. But at the same time, if grandpa needed a taco and I was on the way to work and I needed to do that, I would be myself and do what I needed to do. You know what I'm saying? And so that
because going back to you talking about the age,
but what's easier? That's the other question.
Even my grandfather.
What's easier is when people ask me who I am, who is Ty Rashad authentically. It's very easy for me to have on some baggy shorts, a big t-shirt, some J's, or my designer shoes, whatever it is, but in some finger waves and a full face of makeup and long nails. That's really it. A lot of this, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, like a lot of this is put on for my business. That Shell sign you see at Shell gas station, that is me for Ty Rashad Studios.
Yeah.
And that's why y'all are starting to see ambassadors, and that's why you're starting to see model calls, because I'm getting to an age where you're not going to catch me at 40 and 50 years old doing things to have a successful business when I can invest in.
Well, it goes back to maturity.
Yeah,
it goes back to what I was talking about earlier. You know, my 20s, I showed out.
Yeah,
now I'm a grown ass man.
Right.
I don't have time for that.
Same.
You know what I'm saying? So you live and you learn.
To have to do it to pay bills. when I can invest and be business smart, choose to do it versus have to, that's where I'm at now. And if I choose to put on that wig,
and God is
that'll be
good
my
because
choice.
thank God the sad harsh reality in our world, in our community, a lot of our community that, and then a lot of our community become sex workers because they mama didn't accept them. They had to, like you said, you was living with bed, but they had to jump off the porch and go live their life. Yeah. So in the midst of them living their life, they became sex workers, and they didn't understand that outgo. They didn't get in and get out. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They got caught. They got caught in that lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we lose a lot of our community. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then that's the sad, harsh reality. Where
and it ain't about an age, it ain't about a maturity. It's I literally you want to know you want to know a real truth. I didn't touch a drug from 17 to 23 stripping. I never snorted nothing.
Me neither.
I'm 26, lost in the sauce.
Me neither. No.
Took my first month. So I'm saying that to say it's about the security within yourself. Mm-hmm. It's about having the will and want for the best for yourself. And until I reverted back to what I instilled in myself, meaning going through the trenches to be me, once I lost that and was willing to compromise.
Well, because it's that going back to that.
Once I lost that and was willing to compromise for a coin, for a man, I got lost in the sauce and experienced stuff that I didn't go through at my worst.
Well, because it's that stigma. They automatically, y'all don't like us.
You gotta be Rudy.
You don't like the punk or you don't like the faggot, but you love our fashion sense. Or you love
what breaks us?
No, I'm saying that to say because you hoes will sit there and down us, but you hoes, you want me to do your hair, you want me to do your makeup. You know what I'm saying? You want
you're saying that. You said no, but
it's the same thing like what I was saying. Talking about how when they call a straight man gay.
Well, they want the glamorous shit.
It's like she your best friend all this time, but then somehow the gayness is an insult.
Yeah,
like no, that's that person's choice.
Exactly.
That's their life and
but
their
I said
choice.
that because you are a fabulous bitch. You live a extravagant life. Yeah. So I said that. So because the sad harsh reality, they want when I say that gay shit, they expect a certain standard comes along with us.
Yeah.
They expect us to be fabulous. They expect us to be that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
It's so hard. It's so hard carrying the stereotype of rich and the stereotype of waking up like this. I can't when I'm in Houston, I could go to Walmart in a bonnet. And I'm still in Texas.
Bitch, I will.
Do you know how insulting that is to be called, to be told that you're my fan or to be ostracized in the capacity that I am here and to be able to go 2.5 hours away and go out in booty shorts and a bonnet and don't nobody know me? But it's annoying and it is heavy.
It's because
it's a weight.
I think, well, I want to say it's more prevalent in our community because the sad, harsh reality, like you said, I can go down the street and you hoes go up for a bitch. You crunk. But here in my city, you hoes don't y'all feel some type of way.
Yeah, and or it takes all of this to be appreciated.
Almost definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Because you have I've seen
that's why I kept saying I said earlier this goes way beyond sex. You know, a lot of our topics was about sex because of the topic of the podcast tonight.
Right.
But as far as what we deal with, it goes way
we can tell. We go through a lot.
These bitches ain't worried about sex unless they see us talking to their niggas.
Oh, well, no. Hey, no.
These bitches have a problem with these people have a problem with authenticity. People have a problem with confidence. People have a problem with genuineness. That people have a problem with being true to their self because so many people live in the subscribed box that they were put in.
Well, let me ask you this because I've always felt it's crazy. Let me ask you this, Ken. Why is it and I don't even want to say so-called, why is it the heterosexual community be feeling some type of way, you know what I'm saying, or whatever about us? Because my whole thing, if you're no, because
I was just about to say,
my whole thing, specific? Kind of, but not really. Because my whole thing is, if you a so-called straight man, what does me laying with a nigga got to do with you? If you getting pussy, why you worried about me?
I feel like it'd be the
You know what I'm
stereotype
saying?
of their experience.
I can guarantee you it ain't really the straight man that really give it the most. It's questioning.
Okay. Because I be so confused.
Worried about
It
what
probably
they got
confusing
going
you
on.
because of what he's saying, and you're used to experiencing or dealing with that straight man that's questioning. But I think what you don't realize is there is a small percentage of that questionable guy that I have to tell you how a pedophile is built for me to give you this.
No, I know. I'm a rapist.
Let me tell you how a pedophile is built. A pedophile, P word. A P word is built on this. They're scrolling on P-Hub and they see something underage. Algorithm pulls up underage P, right? And now they're thinking about it and won't act on it, but it becomes a consistent thought, and internally it.
But going back to what you said with your daddy, listen, it goes back to what you said with your daddy, because it's just like if you would have had a big ass as a little boy. Are you watching me?
Are you talking about that?
I am too, because it goes back to that, like you said, the pedophile shit. Are you watching? Prime example with even in a heterosexual, when these old niggas see a bitch and they be like, "Oh, girl, you look good," but bitch, you watch me grow up. You watch me grow up. So it's that same fine line. You know what I'm saying? It's that same fine line.
But look, I'm gonna finish explaining that you are. On the contrary, so they watch that, right? And now that is a fetish of theirs, right?
Yes.
And so now they're looking that up, but something along the line brings trans into that, and now they done clicked on this video and thought it was a girl and a little boy, and it's a man dressed like a girl.
I mean, they can look at you, but you can ask that question because I know I do.
Look, friend. So now they're fetishizing trans experiences. I'm telling you, listen to me. Listen, hear me out. Okay. I'm telling you how a P is built.
Correct. Right.
And so what my point is, I could go on and on with that scenario. What happens is these desires are festered up and never acted upon until it is. I go so deep because of my experience and trauma to call it demonic until it is forced out of them to experience into
well, it's that sexual shit, because I know you get asked that question and you can look at you and me too. I get asked, oh, well, I can fuck with you if you got titties or this, and I be sitting there like I'm just a gay man. I don't dress up. I don't do that.
You're speaking on the person that I said has went through this stuff. That's what you're saying the same thing. And
that be killing me softly when they ask that. I be like, what you mean?
So bringing that back around full circle, the experience, the normalizing, number one, this ain't full circle, this is off topic, but correlated. Number one, normalizing your curiosity instead of always acting on it. Because you at 31 years old, I could see a man put his hand in fire. I'm not worrying about if it burned or not. If it don't burn you, good for you. I won't be finding it.
I ain't doing it. I know that.
You understand what I'm saying? But it ain't because I've never. The thing about it is, it ain't because I never thought about it. It's because when I thought about it at 7, I did it
and found out.
And I found out.
Yeah. Like I told you,
and so going so far to say, this could go into another topic, but going so far to say, I don't see nothing wrong with finding out. Take it to sex, take it to the fire. But it's a lot of men, a lot of people in a sexual topic and outside that won't find out, and it festers in them.
Okay, so let me say this: Do y'all feel like the DL niggas? They don't so much.
I'm not giving this to every DL man.
No. Let me say this.
That's a lot. Do
y'all feel like the DL niggas be more concerned about their family and what they woman gonna say?
No.
Or do they be concerned?
Again, I'm gonna say I'm not giving that to every DL man. That's not what I'm doing. I am normalizing majority of people in confusion and lost as to their identity, their sexuality, and the literacy of what that is and how they feel. But the DL man is a broad spectrum for reasons and experience. It's very broad.
Well, okay, so let me say this. It goes deeper because with my nigga, like I said, we was together for 21 years. He was the young, and so he had children. And he kept saying, "Well, Tyrone, you ain't got no kids, so you don't know how the kids go feel." And he was the only child, so he was like, I don't know how my mama go feel. And I felt like he was miserable. He died, but he spent his whole life.
So, but that's an excuse. I'm my mother's only child. I'm adopted. She tied her tubes when she got me. You got to live your life.
He ain't miserable because if he was a man and he really felt like that, he shouldn't have been indulging.
But I felt like he was miserable because he couldn't live.
I'm a PhD.
He couldn't live in his truth. Because prime example, like I said, the uncle and the cousin knew. So me and the cousin have had numerous conversations. The cousin was dropping him off at my house, and the cousin was like, I felt like he was like, we as a family, we knew. He was like, but he couldn't really be happy, and I was like, he couldn't. He wouldn't allow himself to be happy when he knew that's what he really wanted. You know what I'm saying? Because he was a pretty nigga. And so he had hoes galore. You know what I'm saying? But I guess it was that
satisfying the desires of your heart. So.
It wasn't. It was, I felt like
nothing else make you less of a man. To not stand on what you need for you.
Stand on your business. You gotta
stand on your business. And that's where we would get so unfortunately, I had cussed him out. Because we would always go back and forth with that. Because I don't know what it's like to not live in your truth. I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't understand what he was going through. So we stayed getting into it. So I had just
Wait a minute. You came out as soon as you had the urge?
Oh yeah. Most definitely.
Because I definitely know what it's like to live in
let me say
that
this.
Like about 23 when we met.
Yeah, because like I said, so long story short, I was tucked in. Like I said, my mother only has one straight child. So when it came to me, I didn't just like lay it out on the table. They just kind of started figuring out because niggas was calling the house. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, why so many niggas calling the house and this and that? And so I was just like, really? Like, it is what it is. But I never just verbalized it. I never just put it on the table and was like, okay, this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So when it came to the forefront, they was just like, this bitch, yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it was already there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I was going to ask you earlier. Me personally, and that's a thin line too. Motherfuckers be like, well, I don't believe motherfuckers is born gay. I do. Because I remember.
I don't either.
I do.
You do.
I do. And I'm going to tell you why. No, I'm going to tell you
why. I to a certain extent don't. What I are there some men that are going to be a little feminine?
No, listen to me.
But
I was
typically
I was in kindergarten,
and you knew then.
I knew then. I was in kindergarten.
Had anybody
you knew then that you wanted to have sex with a man?
Not so much
then that a man
because
was
at 5 years old you don't know shit about sex. So that's why. So that's why I go back. That's why I go back and say born, because at 5 years old you don't know shit about that. But I knew I liked boys. I knew that.
You didn't know what you like.
I knew I liked boys. I knew I didn't like girls. I don't
understand that.
No, I bullshit you not.
I was touched before I wanted to tell you.
I remember.
Did anybody put you on the path and guide you towards girls?
Not until I got raped at 8.
See, and I wasn't raped.
That's what I'm saying.
I was coerced.
Yeah. See, if somebody once you touch,
I got raped at 8.
Once you touch, that can solidify. That can solidify any inconsistencies or any deficiencies that you might have.
I'm telling y'all, I remember that clear as day. And it's funny because his brother just died. And so I seen that nigga at the funeral and I was tripping the fuck out. I was like,
you might be the first gay man I know born gay.
I was like, I remember.
And I know a bunch.
I remember.
You still think that's born gay?
I said, I'm saying he talking about.
I remember it.
You knowing a beautiful man and having a feeling.
He said that he didn't have an attraction.
Having a feeling to just as an innocence, think innocence, no sex, and forget.
I knew I liked boys,
and you just want to be like, oh my god, he's.
I so much.
I don't think
it wasn't on no sexual shit.
I never had that thought, so I
thought
know,
he was cute.
Did you have that thought about women when you were in your innocence?
Yeah, I used to look up girl dresses and shit like that.
Exactly. Your innocence.
When I was in fourth and kindergarten.
Nobody, no man was.
Nap
you
time,
didn't see no man doing that.
Nap nap time.
You
was
didn't
hump
see it.
time.
I'm not saying you went through nothing. You didn't see no man doing that. You didn't see.
You know what?
No
We did
influence for that.
I do remember the show movie Porky's.
You come on. You see what I'm saying?
But this is the thing though. I also seen my mom and my dad together.
I wanted
So,
to hug
you know what
Chuck
I'm
E.
saying?
Cheese.
I wanted-
Oh my god!
No.
Like you feel me? Like it wasn't a.
I didn't really too much care about Chuck E. Cheese.
I'm saying that to say though, take sex out of it. Like, how do you really know you were born that way?
I remember it clear as
this.
day.
What you're asking?
What he's asking?
What you're insinuating is that you knew you wanted a sexual relationship with a man as a kid.
That's
what you said. You said gay.
He's saying the attraction.
I was gay. I knew I liked boys.
I don't remember that definition saying an attraction. It said physical. That's what the definition of gay said. It said physical
damn well
engagement. Touch.
Because going back, you don't know the definition of gay, but I knew I liked little boys.
Well, it sound like y'all don't know the definition of gay in 2025.
I knew I liked boys. Okay. Well, let me say that.
I didn't boys. You weren't gay.
I didn't know. Okay, I didn't. Right. Peace pipe, crack pipe, bitch. I didn't know the definition.
Peace pipe, crack pipe. Ain't no bitch.
But I knew.
Can we get a part 2?
Well, we're gonna have to end this. We're gonna have to tighten this up.
I need part 2.
It's 2:00. We can
the club is closed.
I'm gonna need a co-host.
It's not 2:00.
I'm gonna need a co-host next time. I can't deal with both of y'all.
I got a doctor's appointment in the morning. Listen, I need a part 2.
Yeah, and I gotta finish these birthday cakes.
I got something to say.
Oh, shit.
And then I want to pause it on that.
Well, we love y'all. We thank y'all for tuning in.
Thank everybody for tuning in.
We hope y'all have gotten some insight.
And Tyrone.
Yes. I hope y'all have gotten some insight.
Y'all names link up like that. But
this is our life. We live in our
pill to
truth.
swallow. We out.
We love y'all.
Just so y'all know, or I guess a culmination thought: gay men and straight men don't have any problems with each other.
We don't.
It's y'all that be twisting the shit, stirring issues.
You hoes.
It ain't just the women. It's the
niggas too.
It's the dudes that be trying to play both ends.
Y'all ain't heard that word in a minute. Them peons. Well, you know, if you call a nigga a peon, they be mad.
No, that hurt. Yeah. That hurt a nigga feeling called a flunky.
Definitely need a part 2.
All right, people.
Good night.
Peace out.
I need to know
What's my favorite word?
The upbringing of a gay. The coming out of a gay.